And they done canceled my stream and struck the channel. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat. I just have to submit an appeal. I don't know why they keep doing this. Hold on, guys. What's going on, Sin? They keep taking down my damn channel. So hopefully you guys can. Hopefully we're back. All right. No, you're good, bro. You're good, man. Shout outs to Evron. I appreciate you, man. They didn't want me to do any commentary on that show, I guess, you know. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, if you guys can keep supporting the show. Thank you for supporting the show, by the way. Yeah, man. They said it's third party content and tried to strike my channel, man. And I've seen a lot of people actually do commentary on it. Messi did a commentary on it. They didn't strike her channel. So that's another thing, man. When that AI, shout outs to Chris G. Yeah, we back, man. When that AI algorithm, and I did 5 hours, man, over 5 hours of content, and they just be taking the stream. When that algorithm, when that what you call it, that AI algorithm on your ass, man, we need to do it over on Rumble, man. So this is what I need you guys to do. Please support the show. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the audio behind it. Well, I'm gonna have it small. Let me do this. 'Cause I have to tell them, I'm like, man, I'm adding commentary to this. But let's go. Yeah, man. Listen, I go through hell and high water to bring y'all this content. They always fuck with me, man. It's the craziest thing ever. But let's go. Hold on. Let's see if this will work.
That. Number two, he encouraged people to get an education, to work hard.
He didn't like college. He said the college was a scam.
Well,
did
okay,
he not?
he
said
did.
college was a scam.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
she mentioned it's a scam for someone who has sold education as a job. I will say it is. Because I've worked in the quota industry where my job was to sit and make over 3,000 calls in a month to get people to come to school. And I would talk to these people and they could barely put a sentence together, like literally.
Well, maybe they should have went to college.
I was trying to get them in college because what people aren't telling you is that when the government went in and began to do direct loans, they were funneling out education to everybody. It was free money, here you go. They didn't care. Remember when you needed a GMAT or a GRE to get in college? You need nothing. You need nothing to get a doctorate. You need nothing to get a master's.
That's not true. Okay,
wait a minute.
That is
Wait
so
a minute.
not true. So you want to just go to the guy next door to give to as a gynecologist?
It may be true for some, but majority.
All right, we should be back. All right, now this is the thing. with a lot of with certain liberals, right? A lot of them, to a certain degree, because the conservatives actually, I'm actually somewhat impressed by this group of sisters. You know, um, it's in a lot of the liberals' best interest to play dumb. That's why I say a lot of them are going to play dumb, because it's in a lot of their best interest to play dumb, because you know, a lot of the like the rights, and a lot of like the you know the laws and certain things that people are getting, it rides on the coattails of civil rights. It rides on the coattails of stuff that brothers and sisters fought for. It rides on it rides on the coattails. You know, rides on the coattails of especially El Gibbet rights. You know, especially El Gibbet rights. You know, so they gotta play dumb when it comes to certain things. You know, they don't need the sisters or the brothers and certain people figuring shit out. You go meddling a little bit too much, it's gonna be like, oh, there might be a class of people in America that actually owes. You know, so cold-blooded demonstration. Cold-blooded demonstration.
Majority of the schools nowadays don't.
Including Howard University, which Kamala Harris went to, and many.
I'm talking about now, maybe when she did it, but I worked in the industry. And so I remember I've worked at some of the top online schools. I've worked at some of the local schools. I've called, and they want you to sit on the phone for hours a day. And if you don't make the quota to get the enrollment, you're gone. So what am I saying? It is in some way, it is in some ways a scam, because the people go to school, they pull out these loans, and they don't use them for school because they get a stipend. There's a number of different situations that go along with that. I've met people who've gone to school and
the crazy part is that you have a lot of black women that are getting screwed over by this scam. You know, and I'm glad there's actually a sister here that's admitting it. Yeah, that shit is a scam. Damn.
got a degree and it's not going anywhere.
So our prompt was, are both parties responsible or have contributed to the heightened violence and tone equally? And I think that certainly we all can agree that there is a much hotter tone to political rhetoric, political violence on both sides, and that conversations like this, where we can get together and actually talk to one another, instead of us having different media sources, different, quote, facts, different data pieces that we think really represent the truth. If we had a better opportunity, more time to actually speak to one another, it might quiet some of the political violence and actually have us talk to one another as human beings instead of, as you said, labels.
That's a good summary.
That's good.
Very
That's
good,
a good
very
summary.
good.
That's good.
Hi, loves. It's me again, Dr. Michelle Duff. We've really been enjoying producing.
All right, hold on.
Americans. That's why we voted for Trump, a non-establishment politician. These politicians have been taking advantage of the American people, milking us dry for decades, probably since World War II, after World War II, if you read all the information that's out on this stuff. Actually, in 1917, when Woodrow Wilson made experts the administrative state, the fourth estate, violating the Constitution, that's when all the problems started with the administrative state and all this stuff. Yeah. Okay, so that they shaped that narrative. It's not about free speech. What that was about, that Jimmy Kimmel has had low ratings for a long time, for years. In fact, 60% of his audience, because conservatives listen to late night television. We used to listen to Johnny Carson. It was not political. 60% of his...
I think that was one of the worst things ever. Well, not one of the worst things ever. I have heard from a lot of conservatives that they do listen to late night television, but now that the conservatives are mainly finding all of the people that have like a voice on the internet, they're like on one accord. That's one thing I can always say about every conservative that I know, that they do their research on certain things. They do their research. They're always well informed. Always well informed from what I know. And know their rights. Let's go.
Audience had disappeared, and the affiliates in the Midwest had gone away from Jimmy Kimmel, right? So he was losing.
I think we need to just keep it really simple. I think what it boils down to is, one, litigious lack of responsibility. People don't want to be sued, and the media, left and right, forward or backwards, it's like a chessboard. And they're using it to pit us against each other. They will present this, they'll present that, this side says this side says that, and we're constantly pitting each other. I think that the speech should be protected. And when you're at that level of a Jimmy Kimmel, people don't want to be sued, somebody doesn't want to like something, they got low ratings. It's all a part of the game.
It is a game, but I may have a very unique perspective here because I am a far left-wing liberal who worked for Fox for over 20 years. And first of all, with that perspective in mind, we were talking earlier about inclusion, and hate speech is divisive. What I am seeing now is that the administration is making divisiveness, name-calling, them and us, acceptable. You're right. Back in the 60s, we were people, we were individuals. We are now being separated more into groups than at any time since before World War II.
But we can't blame that on one person. We all have a responsibility. See, freedom of speech does not mean
blame it on Trump
lack of responsibility.
Agreed.
There is a consequence.
But the Democratic Party started this identity politics. They put us all in boxes. The black person, the Hispanic, even you said black and brown people. Why would you lump together black and brown people? The gays, every group, Asians, Hispanic.
All right, hold on. Let me do this, add an extra layer. All right, shout outs to everybody. Welcome back. Please hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. It's still 5 hours.
They did that in the media. They put us all in boxes as opposed to we're Americans. We're all Americans and we should be for America.
We are.
No, you're not.
Oh, we definitely are.
We are.
In different ways. Black America, and I don't know why you don't realize that. How can you not know that?
Well, I think it goes back to values, like you were saying. It's like from a certain perspective, we can say this is a win and you can say this is a loss because we may have different ideas of what values are important to us. And that's kind of like what we were saying earlier. And I feel like piggybacking a little bit on what you were saying with Jimmy Kimmel, it wasn't just that they didn't like his speech, it was about him blaming MAGA and saying that the shooter was from MAGA, and it was not correct information.
Well, he made a joke towards Trump, and Trump been trying to get his ass up off TV for a long time. You know?
And that was part of it. Let me finish. But what I'm saying is, also with media, I thank God for the internet, because it used to be.
See? Didn't I just get done telling y'all? One of the worst things you could ever do or have done politically was let conservatives on the internet, because they're going to find real content if somebody else is out there. And it don't take that long, too. All you got to do is just go for somebody that's being censored. Because usually they're speaking the truth. Easy to find them to a certain degree.
We had to watch TV to
and
know
no-
what's
yeah.
going on. And so nowadays we have at our fingertips, we can be like, what just happened? Who said what?
Right.
And that's why, like for me, I'm very adamant, and I'm sorry for being so emotional about it, because like today I already feel heavy with the whole memorial thing. However anybody feels about it, it's a guy, he had precious life. So anyways, I feel like nowadays, I feel like for us, like me and my husband, we're talking online and people are like, you shouldn't like him and you shouldn't be this and because of this. And I'm just like, if people would really just do their research and not look.
You said that's a fact. They know how to bank on that. Yeah. And it's just crazy people were talking about Charlie Kirk like that, man. The man was a Christian. Shout outs to everybody that was on the last show too. That Paul Mooney shit was funny as hell. You know, but let's go.
At clips and not just look at a quote. I think all of us should do that whenever you see any story. And I feel like with mainstream media a lot, you see these clips. And I feel like everyone should take the responsibility of, why do you think that way? What did you really hear? What is the full story? So I don't think the onus should be on me. I gotta prove, and I'm like an apologist for Charlie Kirk. That's not my role. My role is, how about you guys find the truth? I want people to go
We
and
have
look.
found the truth.
You've looked
This
at
is our
ours.
truth.
No, I'm
The
saying as
four
far
of
as,
us.
for example,
But what- right?
wait. For example, just with the Charlie Kirk stuff, have you watched hours and hours of his conversations, debates, Q&As? I have. And so it's not up to me.
No, they watched the clips, just like everybody else that was arguing about those clips.
It's not a research paper on everything Charlie Kirk said. It's like, you could go look. That's the beauty of the internet. You could literally go look. So I don't have to give a list of 5 things. You can go yourself. But also, like she said, my 5 things are not going to be as valuable as your 5 things. And you might see my 5 things as a negative thing. So go ahead.
Now, you do realize that when you are on the internet, the algorithms are tracking and they will feed you exactly what you are looking for, not
if I'm literally searching and
yes.
trying to find
But
both
you
You know why
sides.
that argument
No,
doesn't
trying to
hold?
find both sides.
Because I was Democrat before for years, right? So I know, in fact, I even worked in media. I worked for Court TV. I've worked in a lot of media. I can't even remember off the top of my head, but we got all our information from the media. The media is an arm of the Democratic Party.
not Fox.
Okay, except one.
I'll tell you that, not
Just not
Fox.
We got our
but the,
one-
the legacy media is an arm of the narratives that they feed us is all the establishment narrative. And the establishment narrative is not the interest of the American people. That's why we like MAGA, put America first. So the fact that I was a Democrat before, I know in fact, I went to liberal schools. I went to UCLA, I went to UC Berkeley. I worked in all liberal places in Los Angeles and everywhere. I know what the liberal position is. You've never heard how Black Americans feel about conservative values. You've never known that Black Americans were competing for jobs being taken by illegal aliens and mass immigration. You don't even know the data in the late 1800s when Frederick Douglass and W. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington and Marcus Garvey, they said, listen, we do not want mass immigration because that competes with Black Americans economically. They knew that in the 1800s, in the late 1800s. How come you don't know that now today?
But
that
going
they
back to
compete
what the
against
prompt
Black
was,
Because they gotta play stupid. This group they have to play stupid. They have to play dumb. Did you not hear the one woman said I was on food stamps also, and it's like, yeah, we know, because for years they were trying to. That's why she couldn't even really resonate when the girl was like, you can finesse them food stamps. They don't even think about finessing them food stamps, because guess what? They actually need it. They actually use the assistance for what it's for. Black people, we tweak the food stamps. There's somebody at a supermarket right now saying, yo, hey, if you give me the cash, I'll, we flip food stamps in the black community. They made black people the face of food stamps. Man, do you know how much Glacier people are receiving food stamps? I remember when we were trying to tell brothers and sisters in the manosphere, and fucking, they didn't even believe us. Nah, man, Cootie, you tripping, man. You know it's the sisters that used it. No, it's not. I had to stop a couple of brothers, because all they were doing was just blaming shit on black women. And it's like, bro, you can't throw black women under the bus for food stamps. Yeah, we tweaked the food stamps. Yeah, shout outs to Bronze Flat Power Guy. They almost got me, man. They trying to get the channel up out of here, man. They, if you guys could please hit the like button and support the show. I'm really going out of my way to give you all this content. Please support the show. Please hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Yeah, they tried to get me up out of here. I just had to submit an appeal just a minute ago, so I'm gonna try to track it. Hopefully they don't, clip this show. You dig? Yeah, we back. Shout outs to everybody coming back in. I didn't expect I had to do this show over on Rumble, y'all. Rumble would never. But yeah, man, for years, man, had to go through hell telling black folks, hey man, it's really us that is really not us on the food stamps, So, give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I just had to submit an appeal. So they're really trying to stop the knowledge from going around, man. But let's go.
When we're looking at hate speech, just because we can doesn't mean we should. We should all have a responsibility for what we say. Agreed. Just because I think your outfit is pretty and she thinks it's crazy doesn't give her the right to say, well, I think, no. Let me think about someone else first. And so we freedom of speech does not, hate speech should be protected. But with that speech, you have to consider that, how might this affect someone?
They've already said that it's justifiable. They already said it's justifiable to kill Hitler and Nazis.
We did not say that.
She did say that.
No.
She did say that.
No, I'm just saying, but we didn't.
If you say it's justifiable to kill Hitler, this issue is not even an issue. If you say it's justifiable to kill Hitler and Nazis, and you call Trump supporters Hitler and Nazis, it's justifiable to kill Trump and Trump supporters. That's just the end of the story.
Where are you hearing that we, as a liberal community, are constantly going around calling people Hitler and Nazis?
It's on Washington Journal every morning. They call it Trump is a Nazi, Trump is an idiot, Trump is a Hitler, Trump is stupid, Trump is a racist, Trump is a white supremacist. Every morning on Washington Journal. And Democrats call Trump Hitler and Nazis. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Jasmine Crockett. They ask Kamala Harris.
I love
Biden.
Jasmine Crockett. Love her.
Is Trump a fascist? Democrats don't even know what a fascist is. Stalin was a fascist.
Yes.
Mussolini was a fascist. Trump is not Stalin.
Let's
Okay?
have an opportunity for our side to talk a little bit about our prompt. So the prompt was about freedom. The prompt was about freedom of speech and hate speech.
Right.
So I actually think that we all agree that in the United States, one of the beautiful things about our democracy is that there is the right to say what we feel and to speak our truth. And I really believe that I may not like what someone else says. I may absolutely disagree wholeheartedly, passionately with what they say. But they have a right to speak their truth. And no one, not a person, not a government, not the money, should shut that down. And right now, I see some of the government shutting down some areas of free speech. I see money shutting down free speech.
All right, where were you throughout Biden's whole presidency? And I'm not even gonna lie, they were doing it through Trump's presidency too when COVID was happening. Hell, they even took his Twitter when COVID and stuff was happening. And made jokes about it. It came from China. We gonna play dumb? It came from China. I'm not even gonna lie. When he caught COVID, I was laughing too because everybody was catching COVID. It was like, it was just, I don't know. It was just because even I caught COVID. So, it's like, it was like logging in the internet, logging on to see, yo, what's the latest news on COVID? It's like the main dude that was going in on China catches COVID. The brew flu, and the funny part was, and it wasn't even, it was the picture, the headline picture that they were showing also of Trump, which was, it was kind of comical, they kind of put like a whole comical thing behind it, but hold on, guys. So yeah, then Facebook and all the other publications came out later and was like, yeah, we was actively stopping people from talking about it. And then Trump had to turn around and put out a whole, he dedicated a whole website. Showing exactly where it came from, how it happened, Fauci and all this other stuff. Oh, hold on. All right, shout outs to everybody here. Please hit the like button, support the show. Almost 6 hours into the madness. Please show appreciation to the dedication. They clipped me, and they're trying to get us up out of here. But I'm still trying to bring you guys a show. Let's get it. Player talk.
Because basically what is happening is corporations are afraid that they're going to lose advertisers, funding,
churches are afraid too,
and so on. Absolutely. And this is happening
Well,
in all kinds of speech.
Roseanne
do you
Barr
think
lost
it's
her
possible?
job because Roseanne Barr lost her
A lot
job
of
because
During the
people
Trump
might.
administration, it
No,
wasn't
she
during
lost her
Obama.
job because she said Valerie Jarrett, the Obama administration criticized because she said Valerie Jarrett looked like a monkey. Dave Chappelle lost his job because he talked about transsexuals. We couldn't talk about vaccines. We were censored we couldn't talk
That's
about
literally
the
true.
mRNA gene
Literal
therapy
doctors were
because we were censored on the internet. Hey, we couldn't talk about the 2020 election. We were all banned off Facebook, off of social media, off of X. Elon Musk had to buy X so that we could get back on. Hey, they
He
banned.
bought X to get back. He bought X for himself.
They took Trump off of X.
He bought X for himself.
But
He
They
didn't
took
buy it for
Trump
bringing
off
it
of X.
down.
The president of the United States was taken off of X because we were
I was just talking about this. See?
questioning the legitimacy of the 2020 election. So you got to
because you people said it was stolen.
It
and
was stolen.
And it
You
wasn't
people.
stolen.
No, that's
You know, in my job, I would sit with people, you know, right after the COVID, and to the point of the speech being hate speech and people saying things. We're talking at this level, you know, the president and Jimmy Kimmel. Let's bring it down to our everyday people. And everyday people, regardless of what they're transgender, black, white, purple, green, and whatever you are, if your earth suit, whatever your earth suit look like, people are tired and nobody feels comfortable. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, she's white, and she was telling me this little situation that happened. This black guy just drove by them at the hospital and their job is to pick people up. And she goes, but they don't like me because I'm white? And I said, and this is what we both said, we now feel more aware that we are white or we are black or whatever we are more than any time in history. I have never felt more conscious that I'm a black woman, afraid to say what I feel, afraid to go, oh my God, I'm a Christian. If I say anything about this, they're gonna shut me down. Everybody feels like that. And I think that and we're all saying the same things because we all want the same things ultimately, but it seems to me that the powers that be, whether they be Democrat or Republican, are playing us like pawns against each other. Because when we come together and get down to the nitty gritty, we all want people to eat. We all want to be able to speak. We all want to be able to feel, whether we disagree or not. I don't care if you're lesbian, gay, I don't give a rat's behind. I may not agree with it, but if you bake good biscuits or good German chocolate cake, invite you.
If you give me a butter biscuit, what that dude say? I think it was EPMD or that dude that became a preacher with that fat dude. He's like buttermilk biscuits, buttermilk biscuits.
Girl, over. And that's where we need to get to. We need to get to a place where when we see the nummy dummies, as I like to call them, pitting people, we need to get our crew and say, we're not doing this. And come together and say, we're not going to allow the powers that be control how we disseminate what we say.
See, it's biscuits for the people of yesteryear. For me, it's Rice Krispies. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. You pull out a tray of Rice Krispies, I'll do anything. That's the most millennial thing anybody could have said.
And we are going to be the adults in the room, and we are going to steward our free speech well.
And the next prompt is, affirmative action and DEI are necessary to ensure equality of opportunity.
And I would really like to speak to that one.
Uh-oh.
There was a point where affirmative action was basically more women for men.
Now, I don't know too much about DEI. To me, it comes off as a weird form of affirmative action. But then again, just like the food stamps, y'all know who benefited most off of affirmative action. And then, you know what? I didn't even think about it until now, because remember, the lady on the panel, she said that she's a lesbian, or she got a girlfriend or whatever. was it like a double minority or a triple minority? I don't know. But anyway, she benefited from affirmative action either way. But let's go.
In one of my areas where I worked, they looked around and realized they were all white men. Well, we have to get some diversity down here. And the first
Probably gay white men. Throw that in there. Don't leave that out.
most desirable minority, Mr. Gutierrez, took one look around and said, I'm not working in this hellhole. They hired
Because they probably were gay white men. Stop leaving shit out.
the second most desirable minority. Absolutely sure I physically couldn't do the job. Not only did I do the job, I became the head of the department,
Oh, you're so
got
strong.
everybody's jobs upgraded, and they still talk about the good old days.
So strong.
That opportunity was not open to me until somebody exercised affirmative action. It was affirmative to get the most qualified person in the door when the door had been shut and locked. I think that's how we see affirmative action. It opens the doors that
women.
had been locked.
For women. And that's the whole point of the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah,
You see,
agreed.
let me say this. The 14th Amendment has been bastardized by the liberal Supreme Court justices because the 14th Amendment and the Civil Rights Act was meant for Black Americans.
Uh-oh.
And yet who benefits from affirmative
told-
action?
what I just told you.
White women.
Ugh.
You see, they've twisted and bastardized everything.
Ugh.
And that's why Al Sharpton is still talking about DEI, like we just didn't fail with affirmative action.
Ugh.
Black Americans didn't benefit with affirmative action.
Ugh.
White women did.
Ugh.
And then that's why you see all these white women, blonde, beautiful, beautiful white women, right? But they're all white women on TV now doing the news.
Mr. Gutierrez was not a white
Right,
woman.
but I'm just saying it's disproportionate.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't know if anybody remembers Phil Donahue.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Phil Donahue did a episode on this.
What's going on? Shout outs to Party in the building. Good to see you, bro. Bro, I'm on my 6th hour. They tried to nuke the stream. So on the last show, what's going on, Jay, man? Welcome back, y'all. They tried to nuke the stream, man. So on my last show, we did delusional black women versus white conservatives, and now we have delusional liberals versus black conservatives. So let's go. Y'all please hit the like button, support the show. They trying to get us up out of here, man. Let's go.
When it first came out. I don't know why I still remember that, but I do. And it was a panel similar to this that disagreed and agreed with affirmative action. I do believe that there are times that it can be beneficial, but it could also be used against. So imagine you're a white boss that needs to hire this quota because now you got to do it, and you just don't want those N-words in your company.
Uh-oh.
Because you don't believe that whatever, and it happens. So what you do is you hire the least qualified black person
Uh-oh.
to meet the quota,
Uh-oh.
to say we did it, and they don't represent well. And what people don't understand, or what white America doesn't understand, is that even though you may not be like that, your counterparts, some of your counterparts are. So they are. So they make it bad for others, and we don't, because we don't talk, we don't hear it. So at what point do black Americans choose to get an education, choose to work hard, and choose to position themselves in those places? In other words, if we want to look at the numbers, if we're not going to school and we're not, excelling in these jobs that would be, let's say, executive jobs, then how can you say we're marginalized if we're not even competing at the same numbers? The pool is not even there. So there has to be a responsibility on the black American side to do the same thing that white Americans are doing to get those jobs. Now, if we're getting there and we have 30 blacks and you have, let's say, 30 whites, and then you don't pick, then there's a problem. But it should not be all black Americans that disagree with affirmative action and DEI. The only thing they're saying is, don't hire me because of my color. We only want you to hire us because we're qualified.
We're all agreed with that.
But Black
All of
Americans
us.
have been rolling with the Democratic Party for the last 5-6 decades. And we're facing, I said this before, we're facing zero median wealth by 2053. So what was the whole point of everything? What was the whole point?
Damn.
What was the whole point of the Civil Rights Act?
Damn.
As I said, black data is the only thing that matters. This rhetoric means nothing. The
Damn.
data, if there's only 25% two-parent families in Black America, if we're facing zero median wealth by 2053, for every 10% increase in immigration and illegal aliens, Black Americans lose 1.5% of their income.
It is actually refreshing listening to sisters that know stats and numbers, and it's like, oh, okay. Where the hell have y'all been hiding? Y'all conservative for real. Shit. God damn.
That data that's the data. This rhetoric
But
is
corporate America has a responsibility. Corporate America has a responsibility. Why doesn't then corporate America, without any prompting from the government, just go to HBCUs and hire the best? You don't need a regulation to do what's right. If you really
All
want,
right, you lost me there. You lost me there, sister. They're not the best. I hate to burst your bubble. They're not the best.
to change it. Why do you need government to tell you what to do? If you're not a racist company and you don't mind having black people in your company, then Coca-Cola, Hyundai, all these companies could easily go to the top HBCUs. We want the best. They could go in, they could say, we want to compete, make all the black kids compete. And then you do, there's a number of things you can do. You should not need
the government
to tell you. What do we tell our kids? You shouldn't need me to have to give you an allowance to clean your room.
So you hearken back to Phil Donahue, and I'm going to hearken back to Oprah.
But that's the thing, though. There are a lot of black people in corporate America, but a lot of them are there for different reasons, you know? A lot of them are there for different reasons, you know? Like I said, a lot of them, they're bulldogs. You know, they're bulldogs. They're there to shut certain people out, you know? You said then the black Dems will say that that's the system, and two head on the same bird, instead of dealing with the fact that that the motherfuckers y'all forced all blacks to vote for the from black folks, yeah. But that's the thing. It's to make you know, voting all inclusive. That's really what they're trying to do. You know, it's to make voting all inclusive, you know, especially for black people. I don't see other races of people slapping their kids and doing all kinds of shit just to get them to vote and shit, you know? Yeah. She said get the best from HBCUs. I'm like, that's where you lost me there, sister. They're not the best, you know? And the funny part is that if these black women actually went to those HBCUs, they would get cursed out. They would be confused. They're like, I'm seeing black faces, but the rhetoric coming from them, because these women, they're for Charlie Kirk, which is crazy. That Charlie Kirk thing really showed how heartless a lot of white people are too. You know, that divided them too, low key. You know, it's just black people were loud as fuck saying stupid shit on the internet that they kind of missed their education window with that. I've seen a lot of people that'll smile at you that was saying some heartless shit from Charlie Kirk. And HBCUs are just nothing but prestige, if that, you know? You said now they're facilitating that to their new donkey with this immigration push. You said then when all of that shit falls, it's the other side's fault. Like, niggas literally been on one side my whole life. That's true. Democrats. Yeah, HBCUs are basura. Basura. Everybody knows that. These respectability Negroes. Yeah, these black conservatives, they doing their thing though. Well, let's go.
So once in a conversation about race, I heard Oprah say that if you are a black person, every problem is about race. And if you are a white person, it's never about race.
That's cap.
And the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think that when we are looking, what you all are looking at is the corporate end of DEI and affirmative action. The real crux of DEI is equity and equality. That means you.
That shit don't mean shit. That shit don't mean shit. You said black conservatives been getting cooked on Ty City's channel. Uh-oh.
I'd like for people to be on
I thought Ty City was a black conservative.
an even playing field when it comes to hiring. But if my family goes to a public school in a lower income area where I cannot attract good teachers, I do not have funding for my school's extra activities, how am I ever going to compete on an equal footing? How am it starts
Before
way
there was
long
ever
before you
civil
ever
rights.
get to an HBC to be a
But this is the thing, the liberals got to play dumb because they kind of are on the coattails of the civil rights movement, and same thing with the LGBT. They're definitely on the coattails, so they keep a close eye. They keep a close eye on Negroes. Hey, don't move too quick, Negro. You know, they keep a close eye on the Negroes. So let's go.
able to have an equal opportunity.
Before, this is what got me. When they were hanging black folks from trees, we still learned to read. When they were murdering us just for looking at a white woman down the street, we
Facts,
still
Marty.
learned how to read and do math. Before there was ever the civil rights movement, in Walter E. Williams' documentary, you can find it on YouTube, black people owned businesses. They went to school. They were educated. So if we could do that then, when we didn't have civil rights, why do we need it now?
Yeah, but can I just say this? I mean, but why? But here's the thing. Why wouldn't people want to help each other?
But the thing of it, the
You know,
question
why
is,
wouldn't
if
everybody
affirmative
wanna
action
help?
failed, why? If Democrat policies of affirmative action failed Black America, why would you go back to the same policy?
Do you guys believe they
If
failed?
DEI is basically
believe-
affirmative action.
Do any of you believe that affirmative action
The buzzword,
failed,
that's
or
it.
do you guys think it just stopped and it didn't have a chance?
If affirmative action
I
were
want- no,
successful,
I-
you wouldn't need DEI.
I just want to ask them because I'm wondering, do they agree or disagree?
I will
about
agree
it failing?
to a point. What you've been talking a lot about tokenism, and having been hired as a token once, I kind of understand that. Where was I going with it? Equality, though, I don't think that the tokenism is as widespread as you may think. Some people, yes, have to be hit over the head to hire the right person instead of the white person. And I just, it floors me that when doors are locked, you don't, yes, you learn to read. Did they let you have a job because you learned to read?
But the thing of it is, I think during Jim Crow, Black Americans had more Black businesses. They had funeral parlors, banks, insurance companies, bus stations, restaurants, everything. So maybe, Black Americans need to be more self-sufficient and not thinking about working a job, but maybe being entrepreneurial and opening up their own businesses.
Well, if you
But
think
people-
about colleges and universities, anybody can get into a college and university. They made that accessible for everybody. It's all in how people work towards what they want.
It's a mindset. If you have a victim mindset, if you feel that white people are always out to get you, oh, the white man this, I've heard people say, well, why do I even need to go to college? White man not gonna give me a job anyway. Or I'm this because of a white man. God, really, give me a break. It's not. But there is a mindset that, you know, oh, everything, they're just coming out. I mean, I say to people, that white person is worried about their kid on drugs, their husband is probably having an affair, you know, the company's going south. The last thing they're thinking about is you.
I literally said that on the last show. Hell, I seen War Master said it several times. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's really a personality thing. That's the problem. People keep pushing someone has to be an employee. You said they can't talk about positive black men in any fashion on commercial platforms. Hell, even break their entertainment Negroes if they don't bow. Yeah, you see Stephen A. Smith getting some pushback.
Not, but it is a mindset that plagues our society when you think about what comes out. And I do believe that some of these governmental issues or the elite have done a very good job of pitting blacks in a certain mindset, whites in a certain mindset, because we don't talk. When they had white flight, many whites don't know what white flight was, but you did have some white carpetbaggers, or what I call them, come into neighborhoods, scare them about black people, they move out, black people stay, nobody talks, racism, bigotry is no longer socially acceptable, and so everybody's living. But black people still have to deal with, well, you know what they did to Pookie now, or you know what happened to so-and-so. And we're still hearing the stories.
Al Sharpton
and it's something,
and the Jesse Jackson kept pushing for decades. We're talking decades of the same crap. Why do you do the same thing over and over and over? Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. Oh, it's racism, white supremacy. Oh, it's everything is racism.
Because it
white
is.
No, how can...
It's a business. They get paid off of it. And there's people that y'all don't even know that get a check on the back end every time Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton gets paid. Black Death is very profitable. Ask Black Lives Matter. It's very profitable. Black Death is one of the most profitable businesses in America. Because you get a chunk of money. It's like a lump sum. You get a chunk of money at one time, get to sit down until the next black person dies. Real talk.
How can everything be racism and white supremacy?
All right, please hit the like button. Support the show. 7 hours into the madness. You can support the show at $PTV 888. That's $PTV 888. That's $PTV 888. Please support the show at $PTV 888. Or you can hit the PayPal. Or scan the QR code that's on the screen. Please support the show. Let's go.
So when I first met my partner, I was performing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? And we started dating. And she took me all around and showed me all the sites. And she took me to the Greenwood District. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know the Greenwood District? Where
black people got bombed. Here we go.
In the 20s and 30s, you know, right? Okay, black businesses, Black Wall Street, right? And right.
The first bombing on American soil.
And she took me over to the Brady Theater and said, well, you know, a lot of the black people were buried here. And I said, what are you talking about? Like, is this a date? It's like, what are you? I mean, what is this? And she said, you've never heard of the Tulsa Race? And I said, no. She said, well, it was the Black Wall Street. She says, and they were, she says, and the black community was trying to better themselves. And I just get very upset when I remember it. And the white man came in and destroyed everything.
Now, if you can send me the link to that party, I got you.
Here's the thing. This is what happens.
Because I don't know if they're going to get me up out of here for playing this again.
People don't talk.
I'm really taking a risk.
I'm black, and I didn't know about Black Wall Street maybe the last 15, 20, maybe not in that long, 15 years. We don't talk. And so I understand when you hear it, because you're like, wait a minute, this isn't, oh, I never. And then you hear it, I'm like you, I'm like, wait, we had Black Wall Street? We did what?
But that's because education
Because they
hasn't allowed
don't.
them
So here's
to
what we
talk
need
about
to
that in
do.
school.
We need, hold on, Kathleen. We need to talk about, Kathleen, hold on a second. Kathleen, come on now, wait. We need to come together and we need to recognize the tragedy of what happened. But we need to celebrate the triumphs that happened. So if that happened,
I mean, to be fair though, Young Jay, most black people haven't heard of it also. And these are the people that are trying to shove this race loyalty thing down your throat. It's sad. You said play some of Ty City's last show. Okay, if y'all can please let's try to get at least 2 more supporters. I got you guys. This is we got a little bit of this left, and then I got you guys. We can definitely get into some other content. But I'm going on like 5-6 hours, bro. I'm a little exhausted. So if y'all can look out for the cookout a little bit, all right? You said the black man is in mass, don't see himself as an individual first or outside of his community. So black men will never fight for that realization. True. I agree with that party. Free money off of ignorance.
there is a responsibility.
But what they do is they wait for the next black man to pass, and then
I believe that black Americans have to do more and to do better, because people died. People lost their lives and they still forged through. And so when we don't come together and share, now there will be some black people that be, oh my God, how could you even feel that way? You're not really emotional, you just have white guilt. Well, now you're darn you do, darn if you don't. If you feel some kind of way, oh my God, you white guilt. No, why can't I just feel? We need to come together and talk. We are more alike than we are different. We all want to feed our families. We all want to be able to do certain things. And the powers that be, because have you noticed that it's the Al Sharptons, the Oprahs, all of the elite that make all this money, more money than probably we're gonna see in this room, that are saying, don't trust this, don't do that. No, we on a middle.
well, they pump and dump the black community whenever they're ready. You know, they pump and dump the black community whenever they are ready. You know, that's a given. You know, and that's why they're called ambulance chasers. You understand what I'm saying? They wait for the next ambulance to get called, and then they chase it. They've always been called ambulance chasers and stuff like that. The thing is that Black Death got so lucrative. Black Death got so lucrative that, you know, it got so lucrative that they had to turn it into Black Lives Matter. It got so lucrative, they had to turn it into a movement. All right? And fast forward to today, this is what black people are doing. Here we go. Let me show y'all something. This is exactly what black people are doing.
I freed the slaves.
Yeah, but I made them go viral.
You had a dream.
Yeah, I did. And in it, you had better edges.
Yo, boy, that's why you got canceled by a bullet.
Yeah, I bet you can't tell me how that theater play ended.
This is what black people do. They get technology and they do this.
I freed the slaves.
Yeah, but I made them go viral.
You had a dream.
Yeah, I did. And in it, you had better edges.
Yo, boy, that's why you got canceled by a bullet.
Yeah, I bet you can't tell me how that theater play ended.
Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln frying each other.
I freed the slaves.
Yeah, but I made them go viral.
You had a dream.
Yeah, I did. And in it, you had better edges.
Yo, boy, that's why you got canceled by a bullet.
Yeah, I bet you can't tell me how that theater play ended.
Canceled by a bullet is crazy. Canceled by a bullet is wild. Shout outs to my bro. Welcome to the show. Good to see you as always. Philly Vision dropping a huge. 10 on the Cash App. Thank you, bro. Hold on, I got you.
More.
Let's get
Wendy?
it.
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Good to see you, man. Shout outs to Philly Vision in the building. Yes, Sirski. Looking out for the cookout. I appreciate you, man. All right, let's keep the support going, guys. Definitely want to get into the rest of the show. They tried to get me up out of here, man. All right. Thank you, everybody. If you guys are enjoying the show, please support it. See what you guys are saying in the audience. Shout outs to Philly Vision again. We're gonna spin the block on this one, Philly Vision. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Now, this is one thing you guys got to understand with politics and try not to be offended by it. There is a such thing called a useful idiot. There is a such thing called a useful idiot. And unfortunately, a lot of the useful idiots, they're in politics. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. A lot of the people that are useful idiots, that are very useful, and they turn them into idiots, they're into politics, you know? There's a lot of liberals that don't know that they're in a class of people to actually keep some of this stuff going on. Then you got people that are conscious. Then you got people that genuinely feel a certain type of way. And I appreciate you guys when you support the show because I drop way more game. So let's drop some more game. You have to have a certain class and group of people that will be very close to another group of people to keep an eye on them, so to say. You see how this woman, she said she was liberal and she's a lesbian? How is she not attached to civil rights in some way or some form? If you look at a nickel, if you look at a quarter, and you look at a penny, Abraham Lincoln has faced the opposite direction because they felt that he turned his back on the country. They feel the same way about Trump. I bet you if they put Trump on a dollar or a coin, that nigga gonna be facing upside down. He gonna be upside down. He gonna be upside down. For sure. They're gonna put him upside down. You're gonna think it's like a note. You're gonna think it's like a note error, but it's like, no. He's upside down. And recently they showed that he knocked down, I didn't think you could do construction on the White House, you know. There was a ballroom in the White House that was there since 1902. I got a penny that's from 1902, which is funny as hell. But he knocked it down and he's building a 200 million ballroom in the White House. God damn. Talk about attachments. Talk about attachments, y'all. All right, but let's go. Let's Player Talk Radio. You know damn well Abraham Lincoln and MLK did not pass and get bombed and shot up and all kinds of stuff for the Glacier Man to be Jihei. That was the last thing on their minds, but they benefit from it. They benefit from it. Okay, you said that all right, I gotta save your comment at hour 1:21:35. Okay. I thought Ty City was a conservative. I don't know if he switched parties, but hey.
Class level have to come together, and we need to tell the story. We need to tell both of the stories. My father was beat in his home, and my parents didn't tell me. We didn't talk about things like that. But you'll have other black families that they'll rehearse over and over again, something called collective memories when you look at some scholarly journal. If we rehearse over and over and over and over and over again what white folks did or what the white man did to me, if a purple penguin comes in here and locks us all up and we just spend the next 20 years talking about, oh, the purple penguin, whoa, my God, the purple penguin, that's all we're going to focus on. 3 of us may rise out of it, and 4 of you may go, oh, I'm just a victim. It's not that. We have to make it.
I'll make sure y'all tune in too. If we get to it, I gotta show y'all Tariq Nasheed is getting roasted. He is getting roasted. No, I heard about that, Jay. I didn't know she was Haitian. Uh-oh.
The choice to come together and say, the powers that be do not get the right or the authority to tell me how to think and how to feel. My earth suit does not govern my life. My sexuality does not govern my life. What governs my life is those moral values, that moral code that calls me to treat other people with dignity and respect.
We're in
That's
full,
it.
full agreement with
Full
you.
agree.
Full
Fully
agreement.
agree.
Everyone agrees. Agree.
I'm thinking that
Shula
over.
Smith Firestone, do you know who she is?
Sorry?
Shula Smith Firestone. Have you read the book Feminism Against Progress by Mary Harrington?
I have not.
When did the feminist movement actually start?
Well, if you want to go back as far as Susan B. Anthony, I think there's always been some feminist movement. Some of it just got more press than the rest. And probably World War II did more to advance women than any other event in American history because they had no longer any excuse for not hiring us.
Yeah.
So working is the most important thing to women? Having a job?
Being able to have a job, not
That's
necessarily.
the most important?
That is not what I said. We were banned from all of us from so many occupations and so many
Didn't women
areas.
work in World War II?
That's what I'm
said.
saying. That's when they had to acknowledge that women had equal or superior skills to the idiot men who'd been holding those jobs before. Yes, there was this big campaign to get us all back into the house in the 50s.
Idiot, man.
And if you notice, the mothers from the 40s and 50s are the ones who sent their daughters to college because they wanted out of that cycle. What feminism is about is allowing us to have a choice. If you want to stay home and be a trad wife, that should be your choice. If you want to be the CEO of a multinational company, that should be your choice. But the ability to have that choice is what feminism is really about.
Because I'm wondering with all of you, because it's like you're pondering and you're thinking of what does this mean? I guess what are you wrestling with, and is it the definition of feminism to you, or what is it that you're like that's making you think about it?
Whether it has moved away from its initial impetus. And
do you think masculinity is toxic?
Some masculinity is toxic.
Some masculinity is toxic. What type of masculinity is toxic?
Well, my first husband.
So that's like a personal thing. Maybe that was your bad
No, that was cute. Yeah.
I'm making a joke.
Yeah, that was cute.
But no, we've all experienced male discrimination. Every last one of us. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what color you are. We have all faced something where, well, that's nice, dear. And are you sure you have it plugged in?
I didn't experience that so much. But, without men, we wouldn't have World War I and World War II, right?
Agreed.
I mean, it's not like women can be football players.
Actually, I just met a woman football player last week.
So you think women are just as good as men in football?
In their league, they are. They don't compete against men. They compete against each other.
So you're okay with boys being in women's sports?
I didn't say that. That is not what I said.
No, I mean, because you're saying there's no difference, basically, between men and women.
Nope, that's not what I said.
That's not what she said.
But you're saying women are just as good in football in their league.
No, that's not what she said.
What did you say?
Well, I would like to know just more of, I guess, your individual thoughts of like what feminism's, because I know it's not just about jobs for you, but it's just like being able to be seen equally, and like, are there any aspects that, because obviously with conservative values, you know what we think about it, and we can share more, but I am curious about if there are any aspects that you think went and crossed boundaries or went too far, or you're like, that's not what I was signing up for when I was a feminist back in the day, or just, because I've heard a lot of different thoughts. I'd like to know yours.
Every movement has its extremists.
Yeah.
And I don't deal well with extremists on any part of any spectrum. And yes, I think extremism does a lot of damage to the best intentioned causes. But that is not the majority. The majority is somewhere in the middle on a sliding scale.
I agree.
But as I said, it's about the ability to make a choice and not have that choice made for you because of your gender, your color, or any other factor except ability.
Do you think American citizens owe anything to society?
Of
Do we
course.
have a duty to society?
Of course.
And what duty is that?
The duty to society.
No, do American citizens owe society anything?
They owe what it means to be a society. They owe respect. They owe, well, I think it just all goes down to
I
respect.
agree with that. Respect, resilience, things that make a society
remember when John F.
But going
talked a
back
lot
to what
about
the prompt was,
But remember when John F.
But hold
Kennedy
on.
said, "Don't ask me what is it? Don't ask me what I can do but what society can, what you can do for society. What can we do for society? Because do we have a responsibility as parents to raise productive children? Do we have a responsibility to do that? So if you're raising children with one parent, are you raising the best possible child for society?
If there's love.
no, but
With one parent, without a
going
father?
back to traditional,
If there's commitment.
something about the traditional feminist,
That's the best possible scenario. No, what is the best possible family situation?
It
the
doesn't,
best.
it doesn't
not
matter
that all
as long
women-
as there's, it doesn't matter what a man, a woman, two men do this, transgender, but it doesn't matter. What matters is love. If given love, that's it. My mother didn't have a pot to piss in, right? Or my friend Jerry used to say, I wanted to throw it out. She gave us, and my father was hardcore. He would, you know, he was a Trump guy. If you didn't agree with him, everybody was wrong. You know, everybody's wrong. And here's the thing, and my mother led with love. That's all she ever taught me. Love, open-mindedness. People sat at our kitchen table from all walks of life. And when my father died, no one showed up. When my mother died, there were lines at the wake, and there were people beeping the horns at the funeral, because my mother taught me to lead with love. Right, and she accepted three of us. My mother had 4 kids, and 3 of us are gay. And my mother didn't think at all about it. I love you the way you are.
So you think a good and prosperous society can be based on love?
She had too much kids. She probably couldn't keep up with that shit. What's your problem? Oh, fuck. I ain't gonna lie. If I had a bunch of kids and one of them, you know, one of the eggs were cracked, I'd probably play favorites. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Let's go.
It should be.
It should. Why
Well, it should
shouldn't
be
it be?
based on leadership for love,
A good
right?
and prosperous society should be based on love, you think?
Love,
It should be based
respect,
on leadership.
cooperation.
So when
What's the
Trump goes
opposite,
to,
hate?
So when Trump goes to negotiate with Putin, he should be talking about love?
I mean, let's get back to the prompt.
Oh my God.
The prompt is
Okay.
talking about traditional feminists and has it moved away. I think I
From
got
its
that
original
right.
goal, yeah.
Yeah, feminine goal. You know, and I like you said it perfectly. We just want a choice. We just want option and a choice. Now, has it moved to the other side to where there are people out there that are throwing trad wives under the bus and making women who want to raise their family as if they are less in society? That should not be. Yeah. I do think that there is something, and I do believe that there are, when I say statistics, doing a mixed study, because you just can't look at quant or qual, you have to look at everything. There is a point to that, and I do believe, you know, that there's a reason why, whether we think it's antiquated or not, that there is a mother and a father in the home because of what each does for that child and how they foster identity in them. Now, we're not here to talk about that, but I do believe that's important. Love is good, but love without accountability and responsibility is a mess. If I love you so much that I never tell you the truth about something, then there's a problem, because with love, there is an ethical standard that we need to also operate in. Love is not just an emotional wookie wookie woo, I love you.
So I'm guessing that what you're saying when you're equating it to women raising children by themselves and stuff is, in some instances, I've seen a lot of women don't need men because men are actually bad, and women who want to have traditional households are brainwashed. I've been called brainwashed for having traditional values, and I'm glad that you guys don't agree with that. And I do feel like in some instances when things go too far, then obviously it's just like, well, you're grateful, like I'm grateful for the rights that I have, but you don't want it to get to the point where now it's just like, feels like it's self-destructing. So I'm wondering what your guys' thoughts are on that when it comes to our views with a traditional family and how we feel, and the statistics like you mentioned about dads being in the home, 2-parent household, all of that stuff. When it comes to feminism, do you think that any part of that has gone too far with like, we don't need men, men are toxic, we adopt children by ourselves, we IVF by ourselves because we don't want to be associated with having that in our life?
Things have changed.
That's what
Less women are getting pregnant now. Less women are getting pregnant. Some women don't do.
Well, that's in your community. That's going to be a problem right there in and of itself. And like I said, they blame the male loneliness epidemic on males, but it's not the males. It's really the females. And it's gonna get real quick. You know, it's gonna get real soon. You know, when it comes to the white community, because they got to get their numbers up. So they got They're turning in certain sundown towns into just all white communities and stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of different measures that they got to take. So expect some of these laws to change. But let's go.
Not want kids. They would rather have a career rather than get married, have kids, and live the normal life.
But as far as demonizing men or all of that, you guys
Oh,
would say
that's what I wanted to say. Their numbers are falling, and they're trying to make it seem like the reason is because women aren't getting pregnant and they're taking back their autonomy and all this other stuff. And it's like, no, it's actually a crisis that's going on. But let's go.
that you don't agree with that
As a
aspect,
gay
because that is
woman, I've
definitely
never-
tied
I've
into
never,
a
in
lot of
working the gay
progressive
clubs,
feminism.
I worked all the gay clubs all across the country on my nights off, from straight clubs. I've never heard gay women hate men, straight men.
I didn't say gay women. I'm saying
Or women.
I'm saying in the movement that has gone too far, there are many women, many feminists who title themselves feminists, where they demonize men and manhood.
I don't
period,
think gay
and
women hate
traditional
men. I think straight women hate men.
I think
Well, men,
extreme
straight men need to be
feminist
responsible
views.
for their
Both.
actions.
Well, no, because and you know, I think women in politics shouldn't even be in politics.
Oh,
They're too
dear.
no, they're too emotional, like Nancy
Oh
Pelosi.
dear. Oh dear.
Shit. Oh, that's another thing with the conservative women. A lot of them got conservative boyfriends. And they take on the ideology of their conservative boyfriend. But let's go.
Oh dear.
not emotional?
No, but so I don't like, women are like, you can't trust them because
And they kind of just proved her right there, because they kind of just got super emotional when she said that.
their emotions are fleeting. They feel
Oh,
one way
my
one day
dear.
and they feel another way. Like Nancy Pelosi. Yes,
Nancy
My God.
She's Italian.
I know
and let me tell you
women.
something, okay?
I know
I'm
women.
Italian.
I know women.
And my grandmother would look at her and say, she's not Italian.
As I said, there are extremists in every movement. And extremists do not speak for the majority of the people in any movement.
It's true.
Feminism was really always about choice. If you want to choose to be a pearl-wearing, apron-donning cookie baker, good for you. I can't do it. Good for you. I'm glad you're there. But I'm not going to demonize you for being different than me. You had a choice. I had a choice. It was just about creating the ability to have that choice. Please don't listen to extremists on any end of any subject.
And the last prompt is, Christian values should guide American laws and policies.
Do you at the end have a response?
You realize
tough
that
one.
I'm neutral.
you realize Jesus was a socialist.
I
This is
disagree.
inaccurate.
He fed the hungry, he healed the sick, didn't ask for their papers, suffer the little children to come unto me. No, not
Well, she came out the gate lying, but let's go.
you. You're the wrong color.
No, but he also, so there's a difference. See, if you're going to speak to that, there's a responsibility that we all have. And if we have, and I think it says it in 2 Timothy, but it is in 2 Timothy, he had a responsibility, and that example was he provided for all because he could. But then the parable of the talents lets us know that we are all responsible to use that talent, whether we have 1, 4, or 5, for the greatness that we have to do. So I believe that it's not that it's a socialist, it's a responsibility. And the responsibility that I have to do for others is there. So when we're looking at what we tend to do when we look at Christians or look at the life of Jesus or the Bible, we tend to want to filter it through our humanity, and we cannot. We have to look at it for what it is. And there's a responsibility on both sides. So if you choose that ideology of being a Christian, it's not that, oh my God, you don't go help people, but it's not that you don't go and excel either, because we serve a God that created us in his image with identity to do, to be, to have, and to take control. But with that identity and with that authority, we also have a responsibility to take care of the widow, to take care of the underprivileged, to take care of those in need. That does not negate the ability to excel and be creative and achieve.
I agree with almost everything you're saying. And my position, just full disclosure, I'm an atheist.
That's fine.
And as I said in an earlier discussion, I don't deal well with extremists at any end. I have some extremist atheist friends who, if you sneeze and somebody said, God bless you, that's a teaching moment. No, it's not. Say thank you. Move on.
Yeah.
Every movement, whether it's fundamentalist Christianism, fundamentalist atheism, none of that speaks for most of us. I don't think we have really disagreed on any human aspect of society, what society could be and should be. It's just our approach to how to get it in that direction. And frankly, I see so much hate in people who call themselves Christians. Not all Christians, but I don't see that kind of hate coming from a number of other religiously identified groups, except for extremists.
Well, you have to, there's a difference between being a Christian and having a relationship. For those of us that have a love relationship with Christ, there's a fear of God in us. And that fear of God says, I have to treat people right.
But I do that. I am not a religious person, but I do a lot of things right, not because I fear God, not because I think I'm going to be rewarded in an afterlife, not because I think I'm going to be punished by some power. I do what I believe is right because I believe in humanity. I believe in trust and love and peace and help. And I think I've been to sermons before. I went to a Catholic church with my husband's family. And the whole sermon went along about love thy neighbor and help the poor and one another. And I was so into it, like, yes, believe it, I believe it. And then it came to the conclusion of the sermon, which was, and therefore, you should trust in God, you should give yourself to God. And I went, no, therefore, you should be a good person.
But we can only...
Not because of God, not because I have to do it, not because I'm afraid or I'm going to get something out of it, but because I have that responsibility and that love to give.
And that's good. I just want to touch on that real quick. And so, and there's a couple different aspects for those of us that believe, and we don't need God to be a good person. You do not need God to be a good person. So there's a difference between being a Christian, being a good person, and then there's the salvation issue. Yeah. But the challenge with that is we're only as good as. And what I mean by that is, think of it this way. I'm sure all of us have been in the room. Something has happened at some point in our lives, and you say something, you do something, you respond a certain way, and you're like, oh my, I didn't know I could cuss like that.
I did.
Oh, wait, I didn't know I could drink like that. So the moment that we believe that we're good, without any other sort of foundation, is ultimately a fallacy. And that's even spoken of in psychology, because you don't know when you're going to, that moment, There have been interviews with people who've been homeless. Well, how did you end up? My kid died. This happened.
Damn.
The moment that those happen, so there's a difference between living with Christian values, which really lays the foundation of morality, because the apologist's view of that, and you can find William Lane Craig wrote a good book called On Guard, which is really good, that talks about how you really don't need God to be a good person, but it is God that lays the foundation of where good comes from. So going back to the question, America is not a theocracy.
Right.
It is a republic. And it's exactly, we don't want it to be, and most Christians don't want it to be, and those that think that way, maybe they got to screw loose.
Well, I mean, I don't know if these women are really Christian or care about being Christians. I mean, one of them claimed to know Charlie. One of them claimed that they understood Charlie Kirk and knew Charlie Kirk and blah blah blah. And it's like, I doubt that. I didn't think so many people was, you know, I didn't think so many people that claim religion was that demonic. You know, the whole Charlie Kirk situation showed me how demonic a lot of people are. And I think some of them didn't know he was a Christian. Whoops.
But we don't want that. But all we're saying is that there is an objective truth. There is a right, there is a wrong. There is a prescribed way, a standard that is, you know, probably the better way. It doesn't make a person bad. We're not going to call them, or you're just Satan and evil because you don't do it. But there has to be a standard.
Well, our U.S.
somewhere.
Constitution and the Bill of Rights are based on Christian principles. I mean, you can take Hillsdale.
Have you read Thomas Jefferson?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was a deist, and it's important to understand, right? And the reason why those things matter is because how they view God. And many of them feel like, okay, God is there, but he's not intimately entwined in our lives and how we do things. So they're using that moral code. I think we all would agree that, you know, it's not right to murder, it's not right to steal, it's not right to do those things. And so I do believe that there needs to be a balance. Now, if we take this back to some of our other, you know, questions that we talked about, free speech and all these things, but what happens is, when we, as free moral agents, do not steward our morality well, our values well, our speech well, we end up getting what we have, where people are now fighting for their own person. And that's what you see today. Everything's relative to me and to I.
I think part of the objection is calling morality Christian. Morality is not exclusively
Then
Christian.
where does it come from?
There isn't a remote tribe anywhere that's never gone anywhere that hasn't figured out that murder is a bad idea. Sleeping with your neighbor's wife, really bad idea. I think the problem that we have with ascribing morality as a Christian concept, it's not a Christian concept, it's a human concept.
Agreed.
Like I said, every society has its moral culture, and I have yet to find one that says killing babies is a great idea. Sleeping with your neighbor's wife, great idea. Stealing, terrific, go for it.
Have you heard of Ashley Madison?
No, I have not.
Ashley Madison is a website specifically designed for people
help
who
people
want to
cheat
cheat
on
on
their
their
spouses.
spouses.
Whoa, we might have to. What's it called? Hold on, y'all. Ashley. I think I've heard of this site before, back in the day. It says I'm blocked from Ashley Madison. Maybe because I got a VPN. Hold on, y'all. Let's go to good old Google. They already knew what I wanted to find. All right, I have to probably look at it at another time because apparently if you are in another country or have a VPN engaged, it'll block you. So
there are other dating apps that do it. It's in storage right now. William Lane Craig broke it down in that book very succinctly where it comes from. The issue, I think, ultimately with the question is, should Christian values? I don't think anybody wants Jesus crammed down your throat, and I don't think he wants us to cram down your throat. I think that one of the challenges that people who don't want it, that I have found, that reject the truth of any type of those of us who are, Jesus lovers, is that he doesn't fit well with our flesh. Because the moment that we rise him into the authority that some of us believe it, I now can't do what I want to do. I can't say what I want to say because there's constraints there. I maybe can't live the way that I want to live because there are restrictions.
And this is why you cannot be feminist. This is why you cannot be feminist and be a Christian. Oh, I was supposed to get into something else before they blocked me and tried to take the channel that I want to show you guys. And I was supposed to actually get into it before I got into this topic. So give me 1 second. I'll definitely get into that. Please, y'all, support the show. Hit the like button. Please support the show. Please hit the Cash App at $PTV 888. That's $PTV 888. That's $PTV 888. Please support the show. Let's keep the show going. I want to show you guys something. Give me 1 second.
Strengths there, because with a morality that is based in Christian values, then there are some socially acceptable things that we do now, like multiple marriages. We got the sister wives thing, and that's becoming a big thing. We see the moving of you're no longer a pedophile. Polygamy.
Polygamy is not.
Mormon.
But it's moving outside.
I wouldn't consider it Mormon Christian.
It is, but it's moving outside with some of the reality TV shows. They're making it more socially acceptable.
There's nothing more unreal than a reality TV show.
But there are a lot of people now who are having
Yeah.
polyamorous relationships. It's way more popular now.
And, I'm going to say this one last thing, and then
she should know that too. Gay people have been doing it for a minute too.
The push now that I've been telling people to make pedophilia legal. Now it's still on the on the fringe, but it's getting there. And so we see it by changing the names.
They got to blur up the lines, and that's not right.
To make it more acceptable to say minor attracted people. I posted it on my social media of I think it wasn't a TED Talk, but it was a lady teaching a seminar saying that pedophilia is just hey, it's just another sexual attraction. So that's
extremists.
Exactly. But hold on. 30, 40 years ago, we thought being a lesbian or a homosexual was an extremist. We thought wearing short miniskirts made you a slut. But what they do is, when there is no standard, what happens is it trickles in and it trickles in.
A slippery slope. All Democratic policies.
Even if it's...
Y'all got to be careful, man, because the sisters kind of did open up the damn door. The sisters did open up the damn door for certain things to kind of come in. So, hey, I don't know where she's going with this.
Not Democrat. We're not going to label it.
I'm going to label it.
But it's a moral. it's a moral human problem, because the reason why we say it, whether you fear God or don't, it's kind of like your mom. If you didn't come in by 9 o'clock, you were going to fear the wrath of your mother, because everybody submits to some level of authority. The problem now is nobody wants to. I don't even want to submit to you because you hurt my feelings. No, I don't like what you said, so oh my God, I can't talk to you. Because there's no longer a responsibility to say we want to treat people as humans, and to say we want to honor people. It really has become a place of I.
So I certainly think that there is a common moral code on which our Constitution was founded, on which current laws and theories should be based. But that moral code is not succinctly, specifically Christian. It can be Muslim, Judeo-Christian, can be secular humanist. There is a common moral code that I think should be at the basis for our governmental decisions. But that code does not have to prescribe to one religion or any religion. It should be based upon our societal norms and general moral compass.
I think I want to suggest that you take Hillsdale College free online courses. They're free, and they have all the primary documents there. And it goes back to ancient Christianity before Christ, and they trace all of our documents.
Did Nancy take them?
Probably. So, but I know you're being funny, but I'm serious. I think that this kind of education is what's lacking. Hillsdale College free online courses, and you will see how Christianity shaped Western tradition and heritage. And so you won't be speaking from like your opinion.
Well, I think it's very important, these conversations, like many of us echoed, to be here today. I think because a lot of these discussions live online, they become very toxic and impersonal. Like you said, we're becoming boxed, we're becoming labeled. So I do appreciate everyone who came, and I do apologize for, losing temper and everything. It's just very hot button topics, but I do appreciate everyone for coming and, doing our best to try to be respectful and have discourse in a time that, like we said, is very heated. I've never seen it like this in my lifetime. I've been around that long, but still, my whole life, I've never seen it like this. So thank you for coming, and I do appreciate being here and being able to talk to you.
So I just want to.
I need to submit a show request. I want to see white feminists versus black feminists. That would be the most funniest show ever. That would just make me so happy.
Say I've never been on a girl trip, but if I were to go on one, I would want all you to come with me.
You get me in trouble.
I hope so.
My heart is for people to come together. Mm-hmm. And when I was in my undergrad, my thesis, and I need to revise it, was how slavery affected the communication between blacks and whites in our society. Because if you just look at the communication message about one to another, it's amazing that we're even in a room today. Because the messages about each other are just, white women are dumb, they silly, they do this, black women are loud, yada, yada, yada. And when you look at who's controlling this stuff, and I see it like a chessboard. And even now I see it. And then when I was working on a higher level, I was looking at the intergroup conflict between blacks and whites in our society. And the mindset of generational curses and how it brings people down. And I walk away from this, and I'd like to add is, let's take the labels off. What are our values? How do we come together? How can we share? If a bomb hits tomorrow, if a terrorist attack comes tomorrow, if an earthquake comes tomorrow, honey, I don't care if you gay, I don't care if you transgender, do you have water, biscuit, red velvet cake? Come on. That homemade with cream cheese frosting,
I was
don't give me
just
buttercream.
thinking
You know, that's what we need to do. We need to really sit back and critically think and look at whether the legacy media. I'm not always a fan of Trump. I'm not listening to him. I'm like, baby, come on.
Yeah.
Could you just not?
Just please stop talking.
Stop.
Just stop talking.
But I understand what he's doing. And, you know, when I look at the tax thing and rich against poor, black against white, this against that, come on. I mean, if we being able to critically think, we should be able to sit back and go, wait a minute. Come on. No.
You said, how are black women still falling for this? One of them there said it. They shouldn't be in politics. I guess they listen to their husband. I guess they listened to their husband and just kind of went crazy. And just start regurgitating stuff their husband said. Hold on, guys. What in the fuck is going on? Okay. You said, like, there's undeniably proof that feminism has ruined the black family. Yeah. Yeah. Since the Bacon Rebellion, you said before Trump, this nation had been divided economically, religiously, and by neighborhoods. Absolutely.
Can't be. It can't be like that. I believe with everything in me that there are powers that be that want us to be at angst. Whether you believe it's evil, whether you believe it's spiritual. And I've said it on other shows, white people have a responsibility to get out of their lily white neighborhood with their lily white friends and begin to move and blend in. And black people need to do the same thing. You have black people that have never come out of the hood. They've never come anywhere. It's a mindset issue. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe they don't like you, they won't. If you believe that you're something, then have confidence and be in it. I don't need you to like me. I don't need you to accept me. So hopefully as we can walk away from this, we can walk away from this with an enlightenment and an ability to say, you know what? We're all being lied to. And we're really all being controlled, because it can't be this bad. We dealt with racial issues. Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons, all those shows, Facts of Life, they dealt with. Love Boat had like 2 episodes.
What's going on, EB? Shout outs to EB in the place to be. Good to see you, bro.
On dealing with race. And now we're racist again?
Like it never happened.
It's like it never happened. And the things that we used to laugh at each other. We used to laugh at whites. We used to laugh that white women are always the ones falling down in a scary movie.
Oh,
right?
Blazing Saddles, 1974.
Exactly.
Remember
and we
Blazing
need
Saddles?
to be able to come back to that. And I think if we can do that, we can. If I could put together a group that just said, mine would be people that just want to do right and love God. Even if you don't, you just come. And just say, let's put the haters aside. If you want to argue and fight and act the fool, fine.
I don't think any of us have a major disagreement with anything you just said. We want to look at everybody as a human being first, and everything else, okay, we'll deal with that later. You are a person first. You are an intellect first.
Yeah, they almost got me up out of here, man. I'm going on 6-7 hours now. They almost got me up out of here, EB.
You are just a being first. And you're right, labeling people is divisive. I don't like labels. I have a couple that I apply to myself
That's cap.
that people make assumptions about. people assume, oh, you're an atheist, you must be a hater. I don't hate anybody. Well, I take that back. There are a few people who really deserve it, but they've earned it. I don't hate somebody I don't know. Is that fair?
I think it's kind of interesting that this podcast in itself was assuming that liberal white women will think one way and that conservative black women will think another way. I would be curious to see if the title of the show or our characters of the show were labeled differently, right? And so, you know, if I knew I came here representing liberal white women, and that was my thing, right?
Right.
But if I had been invited to come and speak with some other label, I maybe would have said things differently or thought differently. And so I think that we did find a lot of nice common ground about the need for respect, the need for a human element, kindness, listening. And I hope that that's something that those of us on this panel take away, and I hope that that's what our audience will hear in listening to our presentation today.
Perfect.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you guys give yourselves a round of applause? That's great. Thank you guys for being here.
All right. Damn, again, what did we learn from this? Absolutely nothing. They came back around towards the end and it was like, All right, give me 1 second. Let me find this next clip. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, now is the perfect time to hit the like button. Please support the show. Going on 7 hours. Damn near almost completed a full shift. All right, definitely please support the show so we can reach our goals. All right, let me see if I can find this video. Give me a second. I'll be right back. We're gonna do this Thai City breakdown. Shout outs to Young Jay. We're gonna get into that. So I got that here. As promised. All right, please support the show. Let's go. Give me 1 second. Let me look for this thing. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. All right. Shout outs to everybody here. Please hit the like button on the way in. Please support the show. All right, please support the shows, Player Talk Radio. All right, let's get into this real quick. Let's go.
Then you get this propaganda, this person's got to be a high value man. He got to have 6-7 figures for you to even look his way. First of all, stay out of father's business. I got to submit to God. I got to submit to the IRS. You submit to your white boss every single day, but yet and still you won't submit to your husband's.
Let's talk about it. Black women are in record numbers going to college. We're opening degrees. We're getting accolades. We're running nonprofit. The black men are not reaching those goals. They're not beating us on those levels.
Black women also have the majority and the highest rate of student loan debt, which means your debt to income ratio is shot.
How much times do we got to hear this stupid shit? But let's go.
Problem number 1. So if you want a solution, the solution is ignore the rhetoric, ignore the propaganda, and realize that I am not your competition. I am your completion. All that sprinkle, calm that down. If you are so talented, so gifted, so degreed, so smart, how you let dumb niggas nut up in you and make babies? Damn.
Talk us about the YN.
No, they're not. They're the most enrolled, but they're the depth that they're in. That means that the average. That's the part that they leave out. That the average black man is going to have to take on somebody that's in significant debt. And that's another thing too. You know, I was like they're starting to ask these questions on the dating sites now. You know, they're starting to ask these questions on the dating sites now. Are you willing to date someone? And they don't ask the women this shit because the women don't care. They don't have to. They don't have to worry about that. But they're asking on the dating websites now. So I've heard that. Are you willing to date someone that is in significant debt? That's crazy.
So again, this is another thing that Gen X and the baby boomers did, which was not pay attention to the importance of rearing your child. When you're getting paid by daddy government because daddy government did the baby face on you, I'll pay your rent, I'll buy your clothes, I'll give you housing too, just don't have a man in the house. When daddy is out of the equation because you forced him out, you get YNs. For every action, this is science, y'all learned this in 9th grade. In every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So now,
he didn't even have to say all of that. He could have just said, who's raising them? What about the YN epidemic? Who's raising them?
now you got these kids out here in Pooh Shiesty masks because you have not taught them that they can do something with their hands. You told them to go to college, and I'm sorry, everybody ain't a scholar. My grandfather put 7 kids through college with a 6th grade education just working with his hands. We get off of that because that's not sexy enough. Then you get this propaganda of this person's got to be a high value man. He got to have 6, 7 figures for you to even look his way. He got to take you on a $300 meal date. The first date, don't know your middle name, your last name, your blood type, or your STD panel. But you want all these things for them. So at the end of the day, what's happening is these YNs are out here robbing you because you did not give them any skills to focus on. You did not give them anything to do. You did not give them any sense of self. You did not build up their self-esteem, and you did not hug your boys. You let your boys run and let the streets raise them, and now you're mad that it's coming home to roost. You did that.
So that is one of the biggest, I would say, in-your-face moments.
You see, she not even addressing anything he said. Just moving on to the next topic
that we can possibly speak on. A lot of women don't understand why, you know, the society and government has done what they have done, but they have turned women into another working class inside working class, because they have separated men from women now to where women can do all the things a man can do. And now most of the time women say they want to be independent. It's only independent from one thing. It's independent from a man.
How do we fix this situation?
First of all, stay out of father's business.
Ooh.
Let me give you an example. I have 2 daughters.
Snap.
I know nothing about menstruation. I watch my children come into the world, but I don't know what it is to have the pain of childbirth. I stay in my lane. Protect, provide, back up my wife.
That's real.
If I had sons, my wife would fall back because it is my job, like it was my father's job and his father's job before him, to raise his son into a man. We have taught our children, we have taught society, and we put a battery in our women's back by telling them that masculinity is toxic, that submission is wrong. I got to submit to God. I got to submit to the IRS. You submit to your white boss every single day. But yet and still, you won't submit to your husbands. But then you get on these podcasts, you get on these television shows, you watch these reality shows that are scripted, and you sit up there and you say, I want a man who's a provider. No, no, no. Your husband is supposed to be a provider. We out of whack. Iyanla Vanzant told y'all was out of order, and nobody wanted to hear it.
So maybe I feel like with the submission thing.
See? Didn't even answer his question.
I feel like, because that's like a hot topic on the podcast, bro, with submission. But we keep telling black women to submit to men that don't have their life together.
Who
how
said
you
that?
Can't, how can you?
Hold on. How can you say that men don't have their life together? The ones that you choose possibly don't have their life together. It's a lot of guys that do have their life together. But ma'am, if you get your life together, and it don't even have to be on the financial level, but if you can learn to be a helpmate, then you can get into that guy's life and improve it. See, that's the problem, man. Women think they are better sometimes than what they are. They bat outside their league, and they get into a guy's life. Instead of trying to make it better, sometimes they make it worse. Understand the role that you have to play. I understand it's difficult out here. I understand women feel like they might be lost. They don't know what to follow because the women before them possibly failed them. But you have people out here now speaking this. I would say learn and try and follow it, because that's going to be the only way to really continue a long-term relationship.
You submit. How do you submit to a man who doesn't submit to God? Everybody's not.
They acting like they go after men that submit to God. When there's a deficit of men from the church. Come on now.
Like you.
I understand that.
You are like in the rare percentage.
I get that.
You must know that there are a lot of black men who don't move like you, who are not successful, who don't want to go to school, who don't want to do anything with their life, who don't have any finances, who don't have any ambition, who have nothing to offer but some dick.
Okay.
So how can you keep telling? And let's talk about it,
Clap it
because
up.
let's talk about it. Black women are in record numbers going to college. We're opening degrees. We're getting accolades.
Opening degrees. How do you open a degree? Oh, you open it. You don't close it.
We're running nonprofits. There's a large portion
Well,
of
the dude in the background said, not all of y'all. Stu on 10.
black women who are educating themselves and taking their lives to the next level, while the black men are not reaching those goals. They're not meeting us on those levels.
Black women are the largest group of entrepreneurs. They also have more degrees. There are more black women in the C-suite. And to quote Dr. Umar Johnson, you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious?
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Black women also have the majority and the highest rate of student loan debt, which means your debt to income ratio is shot. Problem number one. Problem number two is you spend all that time getting these things
You got more liabilities than
on you and not getting any learning in you. Having more degrees than a thermometer does not mean that you understand the temperature of our people.
That's facts.
On top of that,
notice how she ain't saying nothing. Okay, so next question.
I don't need a degree to tell you I'm a man. Most of my degrees are sitting in the drawer, and the rest of them are at my mama's house in Arizona. I ain't seen them. It don't matter. Everything I learned in college was about happening outside of the classroom.
But you went to college,
Hold on.
You went to college, though.
I went to college to please my mother. I had a record deal. I was singing backgrounds for Teddy Pendergrass. Let's tell the whole story, not just the part you like.
And but you still went to college.
Again,
I'm blue collar. I work in aviation. I went to college at one point, but ultimately I like working with my hands, to where I end up working in aviation over 12 years. And it's nothing wrong with being a blue collar worker. You have a lot of people under the perception that going to college is going to land you a high paying job, when you can literally get into blue collar work making way more than you come out with that degree. Just being honest. It's depending on what you're getting into, how dedicated you are, and how long you gonna last. Because just because you go to college and say I'm going to go for a degree, that you possibly might not get a job in that. Some of y'all not built for college. Y'all just want to go for the experience. You need to go for where you can actually get in, make money, and make the right decision. It's not always about going for the degree. That's probably one of the worst things that we can teach and feed our people, is that you always got to go to college. You always got to go to college. Go out there and learn a trade. Go out there and learn a skill. That's going to be way more beneficial, and you can carry that on long haul instead of just saying I got a piece of paper and now I got to go back to college again for another 4 years to get another piece of paper. I got to go for another 4 years, another paper, just to earn another $4 or $5 a year. Stop it.
most of us, black men specifically, go to college out of pressure from their mamas and their grandmamas, not because it's something to do to better themselves. The school industrial complex is made for black women. There have been several studies on this that talk about how young black boys are automatically labeled as behavior problems. They were labeled as educable, mentally retarded back when Les Brown was in school, and that's going all the way back to the 50s. Then you sit there and you put them in the programs, then you double down on their reading scores so that you know how many prisons to. Everything is set up to make sure you rise and think that you are now above us, as opposed to realizing that there's a conspiracy to separate you from me.
So how do we fix it is what I'm trying to get at.
I had to...
Not even acknowledging it.
First of all, you sat up there and gave me a 30-minute dissertation on how great black women were doing, but the second
I support my black women, that's all.
I support black women.
I support black men
Here's
too,
the thing. The majority of my clients, the majority of my executive staff, my man Ricardo Corch, who's been a client of mine for 5 years, he will tell you the majority of the people in my executive team are black women. I have put more black women in the 1% than Nick Cannon with a bag of Viagra. So this is not about supporting black women.
Okay.
There's a woman named Anissa Getna who had a nursing business and she had a credit business, and she went and bought her husband. By the time I was done with it, she went and bought her husband a car dealership, then moved to South Africa. She got an AT&T grant. So when it comes to supporting black women, I don't talk about it, I be about it. So that's not the issue. The issue is we need to fix it by divorcing ourselves from their agenda, which is educate our women, make them feel so high up because they got the C-suite positions, they got the degrees, they got the jobs that they put them in, while they disqualify us, underqualify us, tell us we can't do anything, take all of the skilled labor out, and then when they don't take the skilled labor out, they sit there and then make it look like there's something wrong with that. Even look at the movies. There's been Tyler Perry movies where the dude is a mechanic. The least watched Tyler Perry movie is what? Daddy's Little Girls, because God forbid you see a responsible single father and a baby mama who decided that a drug dealer, a YN, is better than a dude that works hard every day, because that's not sexy enough to brag for your friends. You have to understand that this is a psychological op that is played on so many levels that nobody wants to talk about it. So the solution is we go independent, we reject our trash, we stop taking in every piece of bad bitch bullshit that we get. We start looking at the fact that we don't have one black-owned record company, but we got all these black record labels run by palm-colored people with little hats on the back of their heads telling us how we should operate, and then they sit down with Charlamagne and say, oh, well, I just gotta eat. Leor Cohen, you've eaten, bro. You created a 360 deal. Y'all don't want to do payday loans, but what the hell you think a record deal is?
Preach, yo, this man is cooking, man. We gotta take back our power. And when I say power, your ability.
And niggas is late. Niggas don't even understand what the hell a record deal is, man. Niggas is fucking late. Why black people fall for the same? We gotta do something. 50 years later, we gotta do something. This shit is cooked, man. But let's go.
To be able to create. I'm not saying
We're still calling it a record deal. It's a record loan. But let's go.
We just kings. No, to be a king, you gotta earn a king title. You gotta work to be a king. Queen, no, you gotta earn that title as well. We gotta go out there, produce, create the culture, the trash parts of the culture, compartmentalize that, because you ain't gonna be able to remove it. You need to compartmentalize the trash part of the culture. Redirect your mind into the right places. Get around good centered men and women with good values. That's one of the best things you can do. Reject all the things that you feel like you need to do to make yourself be presentable or look like everybody else. You want to wear weaves, all this extra stuff, makeup, jewelry, the things that don't matter. Because what we do, we wear this stuff and we try and look a certain way to appease people that care nothing about us. We got to stop doing that. We have to get back our inner power to be able to create, because we all got it in us, but we lost sense of community. We lost sense of self. We're not out there building our communities up. We're not out there working with each other. Families are more separate than ever. We become individualists inside this society and economy that they have created to play it out like that. This is by design.
That sister that's not even that sister that's sitting there that's not even responding to him for real. That's who you need to watch out for. Them the ones that play the backdoor games, try to act like they don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what he talking about. Them the ones that play the backdoor games, the backdooria. Ain't no building going on here. And I'm going to give y'all the fucking game while we at it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give y'all the goddamn game while we at it. She didn't answer not one of his questions. Y'all better be careful, because I don't give a damn about this goddamn, oh, we got to get together and build the kingdom shit. I'm null and void on that shit. We got to get together and build the kingdom shit. When soon as black people get into any type of power, these black men will fork over the power. They will fork over the power right back to the matriarch that got them in this bullshit in the first place. Oh, here you go, queen. And then it's not enough. Aisha Curry, it's not enough.
And the more this thing grows, the more we become more separate with our communities, which is why we don't live in communities no more. You just live in a neighborhood that a house just been built a week ago. They throw up these neighborhoods like it ain't nothing. Apartments, houses, what are you supposed to do? Reach back in.
360 deal now.
So,
The 360 deal.
All right, so a 360 deal means that instead of you just signing a record deal and they get their money from the record sales, they get money from your email list, your website, your touring, your merchandise, your name, image, and likeness. They own you and they give you a big old advance. And when you don't possibly clear that advance, they turn around and give you another one. Look at Drake.
Get cooked.
I thought you were referencing the 360 deal into the black community. I'm sorry. I knew what the 360 deal was. I guess what I'm trying to get from you, and I really appreciate your wisdom coming on the show. I really just want to find like the common ground, because I understand what you're saying, where black women go to school and they get degrees and they feel like they're higher up. But how do we, level it out?
It's not you versus me. It's you and me, right? So here's the thing. When we were allowed to go to school before our women were, we came back and we taught our women.
There you go.
We have to start realizing that we need to raise our entire community, not just our children. So if you're coming with information, instead of standing on the corner with your girls talking about, clock it, I got this many degrees, clock it. Why don't you start clocking the ability to start elevating all of us? We need think tanks that don't involve white.
I mean, they're degreed up. Have you seen any sisters coming back and teaching black men anything they learned? I mean, I don't think a lot of black men gonna be interested in underwater basket weaving and gender studies, but black men did turn around and come back and teach the black women. That is well documented.
Money, non-black money, and I'm not saying we can't have allies, but we need to start circling our wagons amongst each other. We need to start circling our dollars amongst each other. The Jews do it, the Italians do it, the Chinese do it. When black people do it, they look at you like you crazy. There is no reason that FUBU should not still be hot today. Y'all rocking Ralph Lauren. There is no reason why Motown should have been sold to anybody but black hands. There's no reason why BET should have been sold to anybody but black hands. And y'all crying about the BET Hip Hop Awards. Hello, Boo Boo Cakes. BET ain't been owned by black people in 27 years.
It's been a long
Hallelujah,
time.
amen.
So if you want a solution is ignore the rhetoric, ignore the propaganda, and realize that I am not your competition. I am your completion. I am the one that's supposed to protect you, but the Bible says it is better for a man to live in the roof of his house than be in a house with a quarrelsome woman. Calm all that down. All that sprinkle shit, calm that down. And by the way, when it comes, and this is just me making sure that I'm giving you a solution, if you are so talented, so gifted, so degreed, so smart, how you let dumb niggas nut up in you and make babies?
Damn. That's real, because you're not as smart as you think you are. That degree does not make you smarter. You are still the same individual that hadn't learned anything from your family or your upbringing. We got to stop that because a lot of goofies out here that don't mind busting in chicks and disappearing. So ladies, you need to be around well-centered men, hopefully family, some really good friends that you won't put yourself into that situation. But guess what? Once you get that degree, you get that money, you feel like you're independent of men. So even them good men in your life, you probably feel like you don't even want to listen to them because you feel like accomplished so much.
Probably already cursed them out and told and talked crazy to them. People don't talk about that.
I'm working hard. I'm doing that. I'm getting to that bag. Stop it. Money is not the end all be all. It is a tool, but it's about this up here, how you use that tool. That's what it's about. But usually, that's why I say it's no bashing towards women. When women get careers and money, the first thing is to become independent of men. There's no other reason behind it. With us, we just look at it as survival.
Said this on the last show.
We gotta change that narrative.
You over here talking.
Without a ring, without any type of commitment, and then you go and say that you don't like the white man, he's oppressing you, this, that, and the third, but you go to your white boss, then you go to your daddy government, and you allow daddy government to go tax this man instead of working it out with this man. And if this man was a deadbeat, you should have known that before you shed your clothes like Country Crock and spread your legs. There's accountability on both sides.
Dave Anderson, I totally agree. There is accountability. Before we home run, we gotta go. I gotta put you in some hot seat questions. How did your experience in the media industry shape your?
We're gonna go ahead and leave it right there, y'all, because I really want to just focus on that conversation. We gotta do better as black people. Just being honest, you're gonna vibe with your tribe, like you said. We gonna have allies. I don't mind working with white people, whatever color. Goddamn. Technical difficulties. I don't mind. I don't care about the skin color. It's about the content of your character. One of the earliest time periods for me to even get out of my pro-black era was me getting scammed by the same people that look like me.
That shit is a phase. That's why.
And that awakened me from that phase of my life. So it's about content and character.
See?
But I love how he redirected it to the man and woman, because see, we design like this for a reason, and that's why the higher ups or the powers that be, they understand us better than we understand ourselves. They understand what human nature is, what people are gonna do, the first reactions. Why do you think they have it set up to where everybody in America is more individual? It's not a black thing either. It's a white thing too. This is a white thing as well. But I will say this with us, we have certain things that really entice us a little bit more than some of these other ethnic groups. We're a little bit more, we love the lights, we love the camera, we love the drama, we love the glitz, the glamour, sometimes more than some of these other cultures do sometimes. And we do it in a different way. And the things that we like and appreciate sometimes can become raunchy or be viewed as raunchy. You know? We gotta somehow redirect that energy and put it into places that's gonna be meant for positivity, for good, for our own communities. Because what someone might say is good in one area might be bad to someone else. But we still have to follow a blueprint of focusing more on real estate.
Bro, speaking French.
Now, I'm talking about families. I'm not just talking about, because you can't help all and everybody. But if everybody like us is kind of moving the same way for us, focusing on, the things that will benefit their lives, us as a whole would probably just look more as a unified collective, opposed to just a few of us doing it. Because right now it's like a few of us doing it. When we look at some of these really bad neighborhoods, we're going to see a lot of us doing the wrong things. So we need to get on the other side of the fence. You're not going to fix it 100%, but at least we can change some of the narratives for our future generations and for the lives that we live right now. Because some of the things that we dwell in, don't benefit us. You just really look at your day-to-day life, the things that you really put a lot of time and energy into. What do you really get out of it? Do you get emotional stimulation? Or do you see some form of like a future benefit? Whether it be health,
You want to know what I get? I get cheap dopamine. Cheap dopamine.
Be wealth. What is it that you really see for your future that you're doing now to help for the future? See, I do things now, man, for my 40-year-old self to look back at me at 34 and say, I appreciate the things that you did at 34, the decisions that you made, the tough ones, fighting through it. I work for my future self. I don't work for me right now. The stress I endure, the time that I have to sacrifice, I do it for my future self. Because I want him to look back and say, I appreciate you. And I think a lot of us need to focus on that. Man, this brother was cooking, man. And he didn't hold back. He did not hold the punches on the things that he had to say about men and women.
I mean, he kind of, I'm not going to say he kind of spoke a little zesty, but shout outs to the brother. And I wanted to kind of run this by y'all, but I'm surprised they didn't call him gay. I'm surprised he didn't get called a misogynist or the stuff that he usually gets, that we usually get called. Sometimes you got to speak with a little zest in your voice for them to be like, I don't know if I really want to say something bad about this nigga, because black women fear gay people. That's the funny part. And the funny part is that they don't think they're gay.
That's why it sounds like we talking down on women, but really we telling y'all to be careful.
Oh,
because
man.
We already know there's going to be guys that are crash outs. Who you think we fight against when it comes to wars, when it comes to terrorists or criminals? They're most likely going to be men. Men have the power to really do those things to a heinous degree. So we try and tell y'all, hey, be careful. You get with the wrong guy and he F your life up for years. You got to have better mentors.
I don't give a damn.
Women figures, but as the generations have went down, it's gotten more and more tainted, because the only thing y'all thinking about is becoming separate from us. Y'all can't build because y'all just worrying about y'all. And he said earlier, stay out of men's business. Men stay out of women's business. I got 2 daughters myself. Guess what? When their menstruations come, who you think gonna be dealing with that? Wifey? Not me. I don't have one. I wouldn't know how would it feel to every month to even get into that. That's what we need to learn how to do. Let man business be man business. Let woman business be woman business. Y'all like the video? Comment below. This was amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. Make sure y'all sub to that guy's channel. I think his name was Ryan Anderson.
All right, let me see. His name Ryan Anderson. Let's check out what Ryan Anderson talk about. It sounds like you've been listening to a lot of red pill shit. Let's see if it's in your big facts. Business bullying. Hold on. They out here. Here we go. What's up to him? See what he talking about. All right, how to get your first 10 online customers. Okay, look like he getting straight to the paper.
Getting your first 10 customers is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. But trust me when I say, once you make that happen, everything else is a cakewalk. This right here is going to be the best guide you could ever possibly get. Consider it your blueprint for getting your first 10 customers. Let's get into it. You got to know who your customer is inside and out. Don't be afraid.
For what though? Oh, he's doing lead generation. Okay. Hold on. Damn, they got, hold on.
Welcome to the doctor.
She pregnant as hell. They got fat woman versus fit woman. Oh, we might have to save that for the next show. Anyway, it seems like you guys ain't really rocking with us on this show. Can we try to get at least 2 more supporters on today's show? All right. We're going into a little bit over 8 hours. All right. Let's get into it. Ty City had a show, and Young Jay wanted me to go over it. You know, I take y'all requests. Let me see. I pinned your comment, and you said start at 121.35. I thought Ty City was a conservative, but you know, you got a lot of people switching sides, so. Or he probably just laughing at people on his side. So let's see. What was it 121 you said? Shout out to Ty City. Let's go.
Okay, where is it at? Is this the channel? Damn, they still going in on Officer Tatum over here. So we got more Friends of the shows because I've been watching the Friends of the shows. I believe it was here. You know, so you got these white victimhood channels. So this is a no white guilt.
Those are gonna pop up.
So it's a channel about like white people not being guilty or some shit. It's hey, listen, I'm just here to let everybody know what's going on outside, man. My algorithm crazy, you know. I got all kind of interesting stuff, but this no white guilt channel is hilarious. You know, say go over there and support the fine folks at No White Guilt. All right, go there. But at this point of this live stream, when I was watching it, you know, this is what Officer Tatum was talking about. You know, saying what he had going on, and this guy's response was just like, "Damn, man,
they going in on
grandpa,
Tatum.
grandkids."
I just needed some kind of a confirmation before I would go and report on it.
And yeah, I didn't get a chance to get around to texting them back because I'm busy. I'm working. I'm a businessman. I got 20 plus employees here.
Did you just hear that? A nobody. This is how this
again. Now, Officer Tatum is a nobody now. Now, again, listen. Look, this for you black conservatives. And this for you black conservatives.
I thought Ty was a conservative.
All right? This is for you black conservatives. All right.
I gotta holler at Ty City. I thought he was a conservative. I thought, you know, he kind of got into it not too long ago with Hood Servative and Angry Man, because he I thought he came up with the term street servative and hood servative and stuff like that. Basically, like the black version of conservative. So I guess he's not a conservative anymore. All right.
As soon as you disagree, a nobody, a DEI hire.
This is how Western civilization works under anti-whiteism. We can sit around all day and complain and be losers because that's what complainers do. Or we can become a people and put an end to this.
Put an end to somebody having things. Put an end to people being successful. No, all Officer Tatum said was, I'm busy. I got 20-something employees. And this man jumped up here and said, we can put an end to this. We can put an end to these niggas having employees and shit. We can put an end to, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, but this is who niggas be siding with on the right. This is who niggas be siding with on the right. Oh, man, white people.
He said he never said he was a conservative. Ty City was hood servative too. Yeah, like I know it was it was a what you call it, you know, I think he coined that term. I think he coined that term and was isn't hood servative or street servative and stuff like that? Isn't that a play on like black conservative? Let me know if I'm wrong. I thought that was a play on black conservative. But all right, let's go.
We don't have they running out of sympathy for black. All this old dumbass shit niggas be saying. And we sit here talking about, you know, yeah, anti-whiteism. You know, in the West. And who's holding most of the seats of power? Is that anti-whiteism? Like what are we doing? And again, like I told y'all, most of the issues on the right are white issues. I'm not backing down from that shit. I ain't backing down from that shit. There's no way around it.
This guy starts on third base. Does he have a white wife?
Yep.
This guy starts on third base.
That's why
He's a
gonna go in.
nothing.
That's another reason why they're gonna go in on him. Don't let these niggas find out you got a white wife.
He is a total rank midwit, and he has an operation with over 20 employees.
Can you imagine? Can you fathom this?
A black man with something to do, a black man with a business.
Colored boy with 20 employees. Think about it. And again, this is, you see what I'm saying? This is what we talk about.
Oh,
just
man.
Straight upset. Oh, he even got a white wife. 20 employees and a white bitch. Oh, fucking And see, this is what I'm saying. This sentiment gonna get loud as fuck for you. And this for the niggas that's just want to play dumb and stupid and shit. You know? 20 employees and a white bitch. Fucking hate this nigga. This nigga, man. I'm sitting over here with this fucking Forever 21 jewelry on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got a closet door behind me and shit. Fuck, man. Color spray on top of my head and shit. And this big nigga got 20 employees and a white bitch. This country has gone to shit.
Don't let his wife.
This country has gone to shit.
I don't know, yes or no. But in his response video to me, he not only let the cat out of the bag, which is just a minor issue, I just didn't want to involve him in it in any way whatsoever, but he violated basic journalistic ethics because I just didn't text him a question. I prefaced it with, hey, bro, off the record, do you know about such and such, which I knew that he would, and I just needed some kind of a confirmation before I would go and report on it.
And yeah, I didn't get a chance to get around to texting them back because I'm busy. I'm working. I'm a businessman. I got 20 plus employees here.
Did you just hear that? A nobody. This is how Western civilization works under anti-whiteism. We can sit around all day and complain and be losers because that's what complainers do.
But you know, they all really started going in on Tatum a little bit before Charlie Kirk died. You know, the whole Charlie Kirk situation was supposed to somewhat save Tatum. It didn't. Newsflash.
Or we can become a people and put an end to this. This guy starts on third base. Does he have a white wife? This guy starts on third base. He's a nothing. He is a total rank midwit. And he has an operation with over 20 employees. Over 20 employees.
Can you fucking believe it? Fucking incredible. 20 employees.
Dude, 20 employees, dude.
Here's the kicker. Officer Tatum probably hired all white people. Hey, Officer Tatum doing more for the white race than this motherfucker. Hey, talk about Hey, listen. Officer Tatum probably paying the bills of 20 white families right now. While this dude's sitting over here with a green screen picture and a fucking closet door behind him. Can you fucking believe this? A nigger with 20 employees running a business legitimately, like he can actually talk about his business. He's busy. What the fuck you mean busy? When that white man call you, fucking answer, boy. Fuck you talking about? Ain't no fucking busy. See, this that bull that see this the shit, you know? Literally not a DEI hire. Literally not doing the hiring. Literally
said, yes. I love it when a coon gets his wake-up call. Salute Kuda. Yeah, man. They try to shut me down on the last one, Ghostman King. They try to get us up out of here, man. All right. Shout outs to everybody here, man. We've been live for a full shift. Hit the like button. Please support the show. Yeah, man. You know the what you call it? The Charlie Kirk's death was kind of supposed to make everybody forget about Officer Tatum. Probably doing a little bit of coontivity, but like clockwork, they're going right back after him. You know, and it's not like he defended Charlie Kirk. You know, I mean, he wasn't going in on him like some of the other people was. You know, I don't get it. But now they're going ham on him.
Doing the hiring. And motherfuckers be like, yeah, a DI slave master. Yeah, Alex, fuck we got going on, man. You know? And I'm sitting here scrawny with a fucking closet door behind me against the wall with a green screen picture behind me and shit, man. This motherfucker got 20. Man, he probably would cry if he seen Officer Tatum house. And the crazy part is about grandpa kids is they looking at people like Officer Tatum. But how much money do Sam Altman got? How much money do Elon Musk got? How much?
I mean, money don't mean shit when you black. I don't understand. Money don't mean shit when you black.
How much money do Larry Ellison got? How much money do they so behind? They haven't even done the real math yet. He looking at Officer Tatum like he high up on the totem pole and shit. Officer Tatum he does well. I give him that. He doing fucking extremely well. But the people that's actually turning this into a not white and not say so country, all questionable rich people. All right, they all questionable rich people, and they heavily influence the way this country run with all of that money. Officer Tatum can't even influence his local district wherever he at. It's white people that have more money than his whole state that he live in and shit. And he not upset about that. Buying up hella farmland for fucking data centers and shit. Taking generational wealth from these motherfuckers out there. Raising the fucking property taxes and shit. He mad at that nigga with 20 employees. Boy, I tell you, man. Boy, I tell you, man.
He was a nobody. Dice makes him back in 2016 effectively.
First of all, let me say this. Dice did not make him. Officer Tatum, he was actually in the manosphere. Officer Tatum used to be like in the manosphere and shit. So, he was already building a name for himself. Way before I ever heard about a Mark Dice. But again, you know, you can just make up shit.
He wasn't really around here, but sort of.
And people just go start repeating it. This
You said at least when Asians in other groups do their bootlicking, they hire their own kind. True.
is a perfect example of that shit.
Makes him. Grows this enormous business. How many other cucks, and especially white cucks, have shown up as a consequence of white guilt, as a consequence of anti-whiteism and the anti-white immoral imperative as the social morality of the West that has infused in our people's minds that we don't matter as Westmen, men, women, and children, that our opinions, our hurts, our joy, our lives, they don't matter, but non-white lives do matter.
Now, again, because we finna get into this shit because you got thousands of white people in the streets right now talking about no kings and shit. You got thousands of white people talking about no king being very heard right now. They even got to change the narrative from Antifa because there's so many white people out in the streets right now. But again, the white victimhood algorithm is hilarious because they be so. This ain't the only man. Listen, man. And just the bootstraps arguments, man. They just pull yourself up out of bootstraps, man. We're just the greatest country in the world with all the opportunity. You know, if Officer Tatum can make something of himself, so can you. If Michael Jordan and Oprah can make something of themselves, so can you. You know what I'm saying? So now the opportunity going, and now only niggas is able to climb the ladder and shit, man, and create this enormous business. And like, get the fuck out of here, man. This shit crazy as hell, man. Look at the look on this man's face. You know, he probably going crazy, man. Just imagining a nigga having so much wealth that it's like that shit is for white people. That shit is for white people. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, man.
I mean, you do got niggas putting a bit of weight on them, right? And they're like, oh well, I didn't enslave y'all. I'm not my you know, but you know, it is what it is, right? They probably do feel like y'all taking up some of the jobs and the market share and all that other shit, you know? They probably do feel that. Yeah, he do look crazy on that freeze frame. You said he was Manager affiliated. Him and ABL used to buck dance every Sunday on O'Shea's Rumble. Yeah, I remember he was around a little bit. He was kind of running from the red pill too, when it's convenient. But, hey.
So then they conclude, and you can see the operation taking place in these midwits' heads. Well, we don't matter, but non-whites do, especially the angelized black race in anti-whiteism. So, I mean, you see this every day when you talk to cucks. Every day you see this computation going on in their head. You can see the vegetables turning in their head. It's like, there goes the color flash rolling again. It's up on the treadmill. They're figuring it out. They will literally come to you with the same kind of arrogance.
Fair use.
That the schmucks will when they're Jew-spurging. They'll come to you with the exact same type of blind arrogance. I've got this figured out. What we do is we get blacks to be our leaders.
Uh-oh. Seeing this that black.
These are the conversations they used to have behind closed doors. Now they're comfortable with having them right in front of everybody. But let's go.
Conservative shit. All right. This that black conservative shit. Shout out to Deanie, man. He said just another DEI millionaire. Yeah, man. Just another economically fucking dominant DEI hire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the color flash. What the fuck is that, man? These people crazy, man. Hey, these people crazy, man. Everybody hit the like button. Super chat is available as well as Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen, man. As we proceed, you know. And again, man, I'm still calling the Great White Crash Out. I'm calling it right now.
It's already happening.
So, you know, I'm still standing on that. I know people saying I'm being hyperbolic and shit, but I'm telling you, they can't take this shit, man. And again, they talking about Officer Tatum. They ain't even talking about the people with the real money. They ain't even talking about the people with the real money. It's people that's first generation fucking citizens like Elon Musk got more money than your whole fucking lineage, nigga. Back to fucking Plymouth Rock, nigga. All your family members from back to Plymouth Rock ain't had more money than some of these motherfuckers that amassed in the last 10 years. Fuck we talking about. And again, once they start doing that math, that's where you're going to start seeing the shit. You know? That's where you're going to start seeing the shit go crazy. You know? When they be like, wait a minute. And they going to start sounding like Tariq Nasheed. Where are you from? How long your family been here? And how come you got more money than my whole family tree all the way back to fucking the original colonies and shit? But again, they offer capitalism already. They on to the power part. But these
white man got a little bit of taste of what it's like to be a black man in America, and they can't handle. Yeah, they make sure they'll never get put in that position. They'll put their life on it. They'll make sure they'll never get put in a position as black people. Hell no.
motherfuckers is they about 10 years behind. Grandpa kids is like 10 years behind. And so by the time they realize, like, you know, it's a class of people that don't give a fuck about race. You know what I'm saying? They don't even give a fuck about sex, genders and sexuality, all that. And they got more money than your whole fucking family ever had. All right? More money than your family all together for the last 300 years ever had. All right? And that when they start doing that type of math, that's when it's going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. And that's when you're going to start seeing it. You know, Officer Tatum can't even have 20 employees. That's a small business. That's a run-of-the-mill small business. No, you can't even have a small business. What the fuck do they want for niggas? You know, a nigga you agree with for years can't even have a small business. Like what do y'all want niggas to have? And this is, and again, what you're seeing now is you seeing grandpa, grandkids, and what Easy called reasonable white people. All right, so you have the reasonable white people, and then you got grandpa kids, and they bumping heads. That's when they finna clash. It's grandpa kids, and then it's reasonable white people, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck are they talking about? You know, Recycle, what's up with you, man? Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Nick can't even have a small business. This nigga said a huge operation. It's like, damn, 20 people? You know what I'm saying? He running a nationwide.
You said when the majority of white folks start talking like Buddy, you better get ready.
Situation. Probably got a couple of editors. You know what I'm saying? Somebody doing his merch. You know what I'm saying? Probably paying somebody as a assistant. You know, he probably got 20 people running his shit. Anthony said, I understand what you're saying, Todd, but money ain't everything. I'm not saying money ain't everything. But when the money is used to influence the way this country run, money matters. So, again, like I said, it ain't no fucking lobbying you gonna do to catch up. It ain't no amount of, you know what I'm saying, influence you gonna have over, bro, these people got enough money to pay all the government millions of dollars and have billions left over. Like, whose legislation do you think is gonna get passed? Gay ass Sam Altman shit finna get passed. Gay ass Peter Thiel shit finna get passed. You know what I'm saying? Gay ass Larry Ellison shit finna get passed. You know, that is what it is. He said they simp for billionaires. Yeah, but like I said, like, yeah. He said the courts, some can't be bought. I mean, so far, we done had the best government money can buy, and here we are. And here we are.
The stupidity is boundless in these white boobies. I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do with people, with a group of people this freaking dumb? What are you supposed to do? Yeah. So you know what happened? As soon as they saw this guy can speak English, right? He's not both this and both that. You know what I'm talking about? It's not. He's not axing questions of his audience, and so white people are like, make him rich. Get him some white women. Hey, can we get some white women up in here?
That's really what it's about. They don't give a damn about the politics and all that other stuff. They can easily get them up out of here, bro. These white boys, they blow a gasket when they find out you dating a white woman. That's the only reason why they were going after Donovan Sharp. You can sit there and fucking say, oh man, you know what I'm saying, Devin ain't fine and stuff like that. Man, there's a white boy out there that cannot get Devin. You know? What's going on, Degenerate?
And again, bro, just think about this.
Boy, this nigga mad as shit.
Now, I can tell you from firsthand, bro, nobody got to get white women for me. Nobody got to get white women for anybody. And look, listen, this who niggas be on the right with. And this who niggas be on the right with. Like, we need to.
Yeah, that's who it's about. They go after the white woman. You dig? Welcome back, Insane One. You said I'm laughing, but I want to slap the shit out of him for being funny. Yeah.
As black men, we need to.
It's really about the white woman. That's what. Man, listen. When you got one of theirs, it's like, oh man, it pisses them the fuck off. They wish they could talk to your lady too. Especially when you got one stowed away in the cut, a good one. And let me tell you something. Why they're extra mad if you a brother and you got a good snow queen. Their numbers are dwindling. You know, with a lot of them that are pro, pro deleting shit versus the feminism and stuff like that. Their numbers are dwindling. They need as much white women to cooperate as much as possible. They don't got time to be seeing no white woman running around here with no Negro, especially a good-looking one. Oh, hell no. He said, the country was always divided economically and politically. You said we got black women policing black men, Johnson, over black men doing it, and of course white boys. Yeah.
We need to team up with the extreme right as black men. It's like, nigga, for what?
Shout outs to everybody here. We're going on almost 9 hours, damn near. Please hit the like button. Please support the show. Let's try to get at least 2 more supporters. Please hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Bringing y'all some good content today. Shout outs to Ty City. Real talk though.
For what? You know? For what? Hey, man, get him some white women. Nigga. Boy,
that's
talk about cooked.
That's what
for this black conservative.
Uh-oh. See, black conservative. I'm telling y'all, man. Look, listen. Hey, I'm going to call this too.
What's going on, Jalen?
You finna start having people say, nah, I'm not a black conservative because it ain't nowhere for your stupid ass to go no more. Of course you're not a black conservative no more. I'm going to call this shit. I think people already started to like kind of back away from the black conservative because you ain't got nowhere to go. You know? Yeah, black conservative is the new hard R. Hard ER. Get this black conservative. Come on, hook this black conservative up. He can speak English.
He's not going to forget the black man. The black man has.
Well, you got guys that are representing, not necessarily representing, but you got guys that are, well, they're representing them, but you got a lot of goofy niggas at the forefront of black conservatives. So, hey.
Into the room, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some white women for him? Let me cut a check. How many zeros you want there, black man?
Damn, man.
This man bold though. He bold with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, they hate a nigga with some presence. hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. A nigga with some presence that walk upright, chest out, nigga, chin high. I'm gonna say they don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, man. Hey, I don't like that shit, man. A black man. Why you gotta say it like that, man? Why you gotta say it like that, man?
How many zeros? They're still being bought. They're still being bought. It's just now they're being bought by conservative white people at the bottom.
Damn, man. Damn, man.
They owe.
Shout out to D.
I mean, it's the same thing with Nick Fuentes and the Groypers and stuff like that. They owe, and they know no loyalty. You know, so hey.
Man, he said, let's team up with conservative white guys and still call our stuff black manosphere. No self-awareness. Yeah, zero self-awareness. Yeah. Well, how I go? Yeah, since the black women align themselves with the Democrats, we need to align ourselves with the men on the far right. It's like
He said, to be honest, I think you can still be a black conservative, just don't be a Brandon Taylor. You said, how you know they watch us, and that's how you know. I've been telling you they've been over here watching this. They've been stalking us. You know, I mean, the white manosphere is you know, they don't even do the 21 conventions anymore. They're waiting on S-Dolls. They have an incel problem. They have a male loneliness epidemic problem. There's more mud sharks out here than in record numbers. They can't even believe it. Yeah, Nick Fuentes is crashing out. You know, Nick Fuentes is crashing out. All right, y'all, please crash out on the support the show. Let's get it.
Bullshit. You got me fucked up. And this is, I don't say it's just like, this is like, you know, I don't know what to tell motherfuckers, man. This shit is cooked.
Who are breaking out their checkbooks and saying, how much you need? What, 5 employees not enough? How many employees does Benny Johnson have? 5 employees not enough? How many? 10 employees? No, you want 15 employees? How many employees you want in here? 20 plus employees? All right, zeros across the board. 20 plus employees.
20 employees, man. Dog, that's enough to run one store. 20 employees is what it takes to run like one McDonald's or some shit. A nigga can't even have that much. A nigga can't even have 20 employees. Imagine a nigga, somebody saying they running a big operation with 20 people. Like, bro, 20 people is not a lot. A construction company probably keep 5 concrete, 5 framers, 5 sheetrock, contract the rest, odds and ends, landscape. That's a small operation. You know, and you can do good. You can do well with an operation with 20 employees, but you're not a titan of no industry with 20 employees. You know what I'm saying? And this is the shit, bro, that motherfuckers got to play dumb about, you know? Motherfuckers got to play dumb about that shit, you know? He said that the YouTubers started complaining about other success. You know what it is? Yeah, this one I said is just like, damn, a nigga can't. What do you want a nigga to do? You know, what do you want a nigga to do? Somebody said, what we seeing is white schooling failing them now. I don't know, Archer, man. My son got honor roll. I posted that shit in the Discord too, man. I'm so proud of my son, man. Straight AB honor roll, dog. You know what I'm saying? AP classes and all, man. Jumping over the jump, man, dog. Getting the job done, man. But I don't know what happened to this guy, man. You know, I don't know about this guy right here, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is white America is in a more messed up position than we think they are. and you still got black people running around assigning shit to them. And they're like, yo, it's not what you think it is. Niggas don't care.
But there ain't no fucking way, man.
Make this the content that he creates? Are you kidding me? It would take one.
And they haven't been in a position that people think they have been for years. COVID kind of exposed that. It made everybody somewhat equal.
White man. For the love of God. Big thank you to everybody.
See, he don't even know. He don't even know the business behind this shit. He don't even know how Conservative Inc. works. He don't know how big, what they call it, Conservative Incorporated work. He don't know that they, you know what I'm saying, they getting paid to actually speak at venues and shit. They selling merch and shit. He don't even know. He like, man, it take one white man. You know? Ah, man, don't do that. Yeah, he said my son got 5 employees. Yeah. But this is, this the silliness. And again, when people just be like the black community this, the black community that, all these concepts people create around blackness, and then they act like whiteness don't have their own concepts that exclude their asses, And so, yeah, I would never get behind no fucking white nationalist ass shit, dog. You got to be fucking retarded. He said this dude probably don't have 20 friends. I don't know, man. This shit kind of sad.
I see all over everybody are like, no sound, no. So thank you for getting to me as quickly as you could. I appreciate it. StreamYard. Are you?
Hold on. So I guess he responded. This was 50 minutes ago. See what's going on, man.
Involved in these different entities and potentially hiding, but we hope that that's not happening. That's one of the reasons why you will follow me.
It's just the phase of life we're in.
Why are you going to even ask like this? That right now, this is where the problem begins. Let's just take a listen through so you all can get as irritated. Oh, killing you, we're robbing you, we're victimizing you because you're white. And cucks will say, this isn't about race. It's about the abstraction of personal property, personal space, the abstraction of interests of Zionists around planet Earth. Like,
here we go.
Because of anti-whiteism, who have concluded as a consequence of the ideology.
He's a weird-looking glacier man.
That we don't matter, our views don't matter, our thoughts don't matter, but non-white views and thoughts do, especially the angelized black race within the anti-white narrative. Their thoughts and views and opinions and lives matter immensely. So when they share our views, white people will follow, will pay, will write checks, will buy merch, everything under the sun. So his success is entirely dependent upon anti-whiteism. In a healthy white...
Now again, do you know how retarded you have to be to believe that? We talking about Officer Tatum, who has done nothing but criticize black people so fucking lopsidedly over the years, bro. Like now, think about this. This dude is labeling Officer Tatum as anti-white.
He doesn't believe he's
Think about that. Just let that sink in, where it's like
he doesn't believe he's for them.
Officer Tatum is only Officer Tatum because he's anti-whiteness, bro. This is how retarded Grandpa Kids is, dog.
He's not convinced.
Just straight up saying that the anti-whiteism is the reason why Officer Tatum exists. I don't even fuck with Officer Tatum, but I still can't let this dumbass shit ride. Like this shit is just so retarded. It don't make no sense.
It makes sense.
It don't even make no sense.
He's not convinced.
But again, this is the black conservatives, if you thinking that Officer Tatum is getting this work and you ain't gonna get that work, it is what it is. You could just act and pretend like, man, you know what? Most of the right is on some white nationalist shit right now. You know, and that shit, you know, that's not my fight, because as soon as I try to make it my fight, they're gonna remind my ass that, you know, you're not white. And again,
Negro wake up call.
That's just the common sense. It's just the common sense. He said he talking to Tatum like he saw Netter. Yeah, man, like Officer Tatum is just like, you know, this is silly.
Country, no one would give a shit what Brandon Tatum had to say. No one would care. White people would rather hear it from strong, healthy, intelligent brothers and sisters of their own people. But the fact that there are so many little starlets, little dilettantes, non-white that are conservative, non-white conservatives, especially black males, they're like instantly to the top, instantly put on.
So is black
I mean, what he's basically saying is that we got some off-key Negroes running around here, you know, the ABLs, the Brandon Tatums, and stuff like that. And it's stuff like that that's throwing off, you know, America, or, you know, their space and stuff like that. And these guys get to thrive in our spaces and make money and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, we kind of got to get them up out of here. You know, it's crazy.
Conservative privilege. It's black conservative privilege. White people can't wait. But see, here's the part where he playing dumb about, is that black conservatives were useful for deflecting and shit like that, for gaslighting and shit. Yeah, indigenous token privilege. It wasn't like, oh, we just want to uplift black conservatives so bad. No. It's, hey, if we bring them in, it's just like the manosphere.
And also, too, black conservatives, to a certain degree in certain spaces, were used to say things that they believed in, but they didn't want to say or didn't want to openly say it. The fear of losing their job and all kinds of other shit. You know. So
you know what I'm saying? If we have women repeating what we said, they can't call us sexist.
There you go.
Know?
See?
It's the same shit. Like, no, we're not racist. Look, we got Officer Tatum.
Right.
Yeah, black conservative supremacy. You know, and this where I know he's not this fucking stupid though, but he might be, if he think that, you know, black conservatives just rise up the ranks because the kindness of white nationalists and shit. Crazy.
Stage. The fact that there are so many, again, is evidence of the social morality of the West. So it's beyond
the social morality of the West. The social morality of the West. The social morality of the West. Jesus. I could just go. I would go on a tangent, but I'm not gonna go on a tangent. That one was too easy. I'm gonna just leave that where he parked it.
Just a set of socio-political ideas, a left versus right within the anti-white narrative, as we teach here all the time. It's much deeper than that. It's much deeper than education. It's much deeper than culture. It is the social morality of the West, which is the anti-white immoral imperative. And people like Tatum are riding high as a consequence of that. He's not only become very wealthy as a consequence of
what's wrong with being, is it illegal to get wealthy now? And this the anti-capitalist shit.
Yes.
What
if you make money, you're evil.
What
you make money, you're evil. If you stream for 8 hours or something, and you say, "Hey, please support the show," oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you ask for support? You know, you legitimately put in that amount of time and hours and work. How dare you? If you learn something through hardship, like you damn near had to get your teeth pulled out your head or get fucked up in the game to learn something, how dare you ask for compensation to just give something away that fucked you up for free? You know, how dare you? You know, how dare you you know, want to make a living? You know, bad enough. Oh boy. You said just saying this song so-called Glacier Guy whining and complaining about Brandon Tatum. Well, he feels like a seat in his space is taken up by a black guy when he should be privileged, you know?
What's wrong with him being wealthy? Like, what's the problem? He said as a consequence of us, and again, I don't think his brain is working that well, because if you have this social morality, then you see what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have a problem with him getting wealthy. You see what I'm saying? Like, it would be immoral if you would want his downfall or not want him to do well. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is where it's just like, bro, that I don't even think he can hear himself talking right now. It's just the projection is all in the way and shit. He just said that's like, yeah, we're so nice that he got wealthy as a consequence of our niceness. We're so nice that we're too nice, but we have the moral high ground. It's like, no, like, what the fuck are you talking about? This shit crazy. Somebody say he got black fatigue. That's his problem. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Sound like he got black
all
fatigue.
of the white self-hate of this anti-white social morality that white people live by. He's also got himself a white wife. She probably felt very guilty about being white. We know
like
here that it's possible for people of different races to fall in love, but so often when it's with a white person, it is to some degree a consequence of anti-whiteism.
Hey, this nigga is like, he is like a white Umar Johnson. He is like a white Umar Johnson. Anyways, man, I got so much to cover, man. I ain't gonna go no further with this dude, but you know. In fact, let me show y'all this. This how much Officer Tatum. Let me show y'all this. Where we at? Let me see. Get over here.
So Tatum been pissing them off for a minute.
This how much he lying about Officer Tatum. Where is that? Right here. Boom. Here we go.
Really?
I just wouldn't. Hang tight, everybody. Hang tight. Look, this how much he lying about Officer Tatum. Man, Officer Tatum love white people, man.
My wife. Really?
I just wouldn't.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry for my wife. Everything is going south. I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation, and I can be. I don't have to cry. So I heard a guy say this, is that when my father passes away, which everybody's parent is going to pass away, I'm not going to cry at his funeral. I don't want to cry at his funeral. I want my father to know that I'm strong enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't do that. Try to make it seem like Charlie Kirk. Try to make
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all got the man crying over Charlie Kirk. Damn.
it seem like Charlie Kirk.
That was his friend, man.
Charlie Kirk said, I mean, Charlie Kirk. Officer Taylor said, I wouldn't even cry if my kid died. I wouldn't even cry if my dad died. Nigga, when Charlie Kirk died, he.
I think he lied.
Cried. What are we talking about, nigga? Is that anti-whiteness? Is that anti-whiteness? Just lying on this nigga, man. Come on, man. Just lying. Just lying, man. You know, just sitting there talking about, you know, it's because of anti-whiteness. It's like, man, Tatum ain't got no anti-whiteness. So why we talking about whiteness, man? So, you know, so they had the No Kings rallies going on. And you know, I was looking at some of the aerial footage and shit. I said, damn, man, that is a lot of. So this shit look crazy, man. I said, man, this got to be AI. This got to be AI, but it's not. I was like, damn, Chicago really showed out, man. What, Illinois?
To come home when you are 5 years old and your dad is not there. And I am still standing.
I'm talking about that. And it was just like all over the place. They had all these No King shit. The No King shit kind of getting kind of crazy. But, you know, I just want to put this on record because, you know, this whole thing was like black people are soft on crime and all the rest of this shit. You got thousands of white people who are taken to the streets on behalf of illegal immigrants, like people who broke the law type shit. Like, you know, I just want to set the record straight on that too. They'll prove me wrong. You know, that's what I want. Yeah, prove me wrong. Hey, prove me wrong. Somebody advocating for a bunch of criminals, illegal criminals. Prove me wrong. You know? Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. Look, listen, that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Look, hey, and let me say this again, man. I'm so glad, man, with no black people around. They can't say it's black people destroying shit. They can't say it was, you know, they can't say none of that shit, man. These people that came to the goddamn No King rally with a gun and shit, all scaring people and shit, man. You know. Look at that shit. Got the Harleys out there. Look, she done grabbed the gun. Look, hey, look, listen. 13% of the population. You 1,200% more likely to be harmed by Hey, we talk about that. Yeah, the foundational white American Civil War is on the way, man. The Great White Crash Out is slowly rolling on. Slowly rolling on. Look at it. Hey, they had to look at that shit. They had to snatch that. But bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? He got a gun.
I mean, America is imploding low key, high key. You know, America absolutely is imploding, y'all.
Oh, well, I don't know what's up with these people, man. And again, this is the No King people right here. You know, this the No King shit right here. Again, I want to know what they're going to label this group of people, because they don't have the purple hair. They not out there cross-dressing and shit. You know, they not wilding out. They not niggas. Okay, you can't say they Trinde Aragua. You can't say it's a bunch of super predators and shit. What name do you got for these good, wholesome Americans that's protesting? Because again, they was calling this shit the anti-American protests and all kind of shit.
They're gonna lead it back to Trump.
You know, I want to know what they gonna label these people.
They're gonna say it's Trump.
You say unemployed. I would say retired, Drew. If I had to say something, I would say retired. So I say Karens. So what? Like how you gonna demonize these people? That's what I want to know. And I showed these people at them town halls earlier during the election cycle. You know, just peep the crowd. Peep the crowd. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power.
Starmer hopes Trump will visit this autumn, this year. We must build a movement of movements, a coalition ready to stand up to Trump and show him when he comes to this city, when he comes to this country, who he really
Oh, this international. I don't know what country this
is. A tyrant, a fascist. And to show that the people of this country and around the world want to do politics differently. We stand for democracy, we stand for human rights, and for the equality of
We gotta see that because we gotta see like how they gonna handle these people. You know, how they gonna handle these people. Do we want to talk about that? Let me see. Oh yeah. Here we go. We got a black conservative right here. Who remember this sissy?
Black people, I am so proud of you for not going to those No Kings protests over the weekend. I am so proud of you, Black people, for sitting back and deciding that the quote-unquote rights of illegal immigrants have absolutely nothing to do with Black Americans. I am so happy that Black people, for once, decided not to throw ourselves on the sword for illegal immigrants, for us not to throw.
Now, but what about all the white people that's being soft on crime? They out there advocating for illegal immigrants. Yeah, he a sissy. He a gay MAGA dude. Like he a gay Republican. You know, he a sissy. But what I was gonna say was, do he have anything for all these white people that's soft on crime? That's what I want to know. You know. Do Chocolate Buddy said business as usual. Do they have anything to say for all these white people that's soft on crime? Do they have a culture of people who don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this the argument that motherfuckers be having for black people as a whole, where it be like, well, it's the silent majority. So, of course, they're going to think everybody is okay with crime. It's just the fact that everybody doesn't say anything. So, I guess y'all just think it's cool. It's like that's just saying stupid shit. But see, again, you got thousands of white people out here literally advocating for the rights of illegal immigrants.
Well, they're getting something out of it.
You know?
If they're not getting
illegal immigrants. Straight up.
Ourselves on the sword for everybody else's issue all the time.
Fuck we got going on? Who is this? Tyler Owens, man. Hey, get this nigga out of here, man. The fuck we got going on, dog? Hey, man, all y'all niggas got wrenches, bro. I should never even see this type of goofy ass shit, dog. What the fuck are we doing, my nigga? All y'all niggas got wrenches, bro. Y'all let the fucking come on, fam. This supposed to be a highly guarded space, dog. Fuck we doing? It's like 1,000 wrenches around this bitch, man. Out of here, man. Get that nigga out of here forever, dog. We don't play that shit. Fuck you got going on, dog. Motherfucker thought it was his time to pop up and have an opinion on some gay shit. Nigga, get the fuck up out of here, dog. Fuck we talking about, man. Yeah, man. This ain't one of them channels, man. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Everybody ain't welcome over here, man. You got to stay in the clouds, your gay ass.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along, man. Boy, I tell you, man.
So glad that I saw very few black people at that No Kings protest.
Man, now I'm gayed out now, man. I don't even want to hear this nigga no more, man. What the fuck? Moving right along. But look, here we go. So this clip going viral. And again, what are you gonna brand these people? Just,
I gotta be in the South.
Having a good time, man. Somebody said they all off beat. Man, don't do that. Don't do that. They don't do that. Everybody hit the like button as we proceed. We got 204 people watching. Super chat is available as well as Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen, man. Shout out to Jaquan for the Cash App, man. I appreciate that, man. And AZ Tech, dog. Appreciate that. I said the Cupid Shuffle. Nah, man. Drew said, "This is why I can't vote Democrat. This shit ain't for me." What you mean, bro? This nigga not Democrat, bro. This nigga right here. Hey, this is one. This nigga MAGA to the core. Fuck you mean? This nigga on the right. He on the right. He on the right. Shout to So You Mad. He on the right. He a black conservative.
All right. This thing kind of went out. Hold on, guys.
Bro, this nigga not Democrat. Bro, this nigga right here. Hey, this is one this nigga MAGA to the core. Fuck you mean? This nigga on the right. He on the right. He on the right. Shout to So You Mad.
All right, y'all. My thing cut off, but we are back. But look, I appreciate everybody here. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank everybody for supporting the show. Let me see. Shout outs to Philly Vision. Thank you, bro. As always, for supporting the show. Hold on. Shout outs to my brother Evron. Thank you for supporting the show. Shout outs to the 2 supporters on today's show. I appreciate you guys. I guess next show. I got something great lined up for you guys on the next show. But yeah, I can't do anymore, man. Show's not getting the support that it needs, but I appreciate everybody for hitting the like button. Please share the show. And listen, if you guys are watching the show on the replay, they took down the last show. So I guess the show is a little bit more digestible, but that was that. I can't do no more, man. I'm a little bit exhausted, but thank you guys. Shout outs to everybody here. It's Player Talk Radio. I am your gracious host. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. We gotta do better on the support, but I appreciate everybody that does support the show. I'm gonna try to come back in probably a little bit later on today. I got some stuff to do. I got some studying to do, and I'll see you guys on the next one. It's Player Talk Radio. Peace.